It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
And boom, we back at it again. What's going on, people? How are you guys doing on this Good Friday? Listen, don't get used to getting some of these BondyBlue shows for the free 99. Don't get used to it, girl. Okay, become a member. All right, make sure you do that. Become a member of my websites. Okay, become a member of YouTube, all that stuff, girl. Patreon. The links are down below in the description box, girl. Listen, there go on the screen for you. Hold up. There go on the screen, girl. That's my website right there on the screen, girl. Y'all see it. Okay, BondyBlueShow.com. Download the app so you can be abreast of whatever's going on. Girl. things are getting quite interesting. Hold up, you guys. Let's switch over to preview mode. Where are my comments? Hi everybody. How are you all doing? Okay. It's been a lot going on as far as the Tory Lanez situation. I was out trying to live my life last night. That's what I was trying to do, girl. And then I saw that because the trial was over, it seems as if a lot of the evidence that was used in this trial was released so that y'all could see it. And I think it's hilarious, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, I think it's hilarious because I think we were telling y'all this whole time. Nigga was trying to warn y'all. He was trying to tell y'all something. Y'all wasn't listening. Okay, hold up. I gotta move some stuff around so I can make sure I can see what's going down. Okay, but yeah, y'all, information has been leaked. Let me move myself over. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Let's see. Because there were so many different ones posted. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to go through all of them. And I honestly don't feel like I need to go through all of them. I think we just need to go through a few in order for us to get the point across. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Hi, we're here. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Bridget, I see you, girl. Hey, thank you. Hold up, let me. Okay, publish. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, thank you for that. Let's go to live mode so I can be clicking on and off people. Hold up, y'all. Hey, what's going on? What do you think about Claudia Jordan saying Tory should have only gotten 3 years? I think it's mad weird the way people feel like Tory shouldn't get jail time for what has happened, as if he is a child that made a mistake and not a grown man that has a history of violence. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. Jail call between Tory Lanez and Kelsey the morning after the shooting leaked.
I'm monitoring.
All right, y'all let me know if y'all can hear that.
He denied this call. Thank you for using Tell Me.
Thank you for the super chat.
Huh?
Y'all got out. You think y'all good?
I'm in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
Love it.
You said what?
You're listening to Street
I
TV.
said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let's see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
No problem.
This is a free call from.
Okay, so just in the first part, in case y'all did not hear it, I turned it up. Okay, listen, I turned it up so y'all can hear it. I don't know if y'all heard that, but she told him the hospital that they were at. So I'ma just say this off rip. because there was conversation about Kelsey and Kelsey not being the bad guy in this situation, and Meg just stopped talking to her for no reason, and then Meg bullied her online and all of this, right? To me, this has made Kelsey seem so fucking petty and small. And this situation right here, this girl is on the phone with this man while Meg is still in the hospital, telling him where Meg is. So if Meg doesn't want to talk to Kelsey anymore after this moment, after she finds out about this conversation, I totally understand. Let's continue on. We'll get to Claudia later.
I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so whatever, bro. But regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
Sounds like bullshit to me. You do move like that.
There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro.
Now, if the testimony that Kelsey gave about him beating her up and threatening to shoot her, why is her conversation with him so calm? Why is she not also upset with Tory right now? Can somebody talk to me?
I feel crazy, bro, but this is great, like, regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but
He knew it was being recorded. They said it.
take it back, bro. I'm just telling you, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
You're listening.
He's apologizing.
he was just too drunk, bro.
He was too drunk.
So when I got to the house, sure, he's like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like off the door, like, for me.
So he's running it. He's explaining why what he did wasn't his fault.
Past that time, I wasn't even there with niggas. Like, bro, I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like,
So he doesn't remember what they were arguing about. For everybody that feels like he's apologizing for the argument, for apologizing for fucking two friends like y'all said, even though Kelsey has said that she did not have sex with Tory, that's what she said. But either way, in this moment, he's apologizing for shooting and beating and threatening and all of that, all of the physical violence stuff that he did. He's apologizing for all of that, not for outing the situation.
like,
yeah, no, I didn't even, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
it's like, but tell me what hospital she's in.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, SEDURE Medical.
Alright.
How many times you gonna ask?
Corn's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Juan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Corns? What happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just
Can't take it back.
Bro. Like,
You're listening to Street TV.
I think it was just too drunk, bro. Listen, nigga, bro. You get a chance, bro. Just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
So he's asking her to bail him out of this situation after she is also a victim. It is obviously the male identified black women always putting on a cape to save a black man, even when she's saving a black man from being responsible for harming her. And the thing about it is, Kelsey, if you felt like Meg wasn't the only victim in this situation, why is it you are not also upset with him if you also felt like a victim? And I'm not saying that she wasn't one. I think he absolutely made her into a victim in this situation. But she later on says in her testimony that one of her main issues was the fact that Meg stopped talking to her. Meg is acting like it's all about her as if she wasn't a part of this as well. And I'm like, what do you mean she's acting like it's all about her? She's the one that got shot. We'll play that later. But I just want to make the point that she's already having a conversation with Tory where they're going to clean this up for him. They're going to clean this up for him. This is already Kelsey having a conversation with Tory Lanez. Meg isn't even out of the fucking hospital yet. And you are having a conversation with this man about how y'all can clean this up for him. How they can bail him out of this situation. And I don't think it was just about bailing him out of jail. Because everybody already knew he was in jail. Like, the people who knew, he already made the call to get out of jail. Okay? This call was to clean it up. Thank you, Abu, for the super chat. It's really sad how so many people in our community, men and women, will defend cis black men against any and all accountability, no matter what violent or heinous act they did, because it's somehow never their fault. Thank you for that, and you are right on. Okay, let's continue.
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get, because it's already on, like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out,
But like, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. Megan's team is on top of this. So,
yeah, but like, niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like things.
What do you think?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
You're listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her.
Oh, surprise, surprise, Tory.
Yeah,
But no, this nigga, bro. Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
We'll get out of here, you guys.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, alright.
Hello.
So yeah. Okay. Let's see.
I want to know what's funny. So,
The testimony.
I'm like, what is funny? Like, what is going on? And that's when Tory butts in, and he's like, yeah, Megan, why don't you tell your best friend what's so funny? Why don't you tell her how fake you are? And so I'm confused because this was random. And so I said, what? Like, what are you talking about? And Megan's like, Kelsey, don't listen to him. He's just trying to make you mad. And so I'm like, what are you talking about? And next thing you know, the arguing, began with Tory and Megan. They're arguing, they're taking jabs at each other. He's calling her out her name. He's calling her, like, I've never heard him speak like this, so.
Stuff he was saying?
I can't honestly recall, like, verbatim. He was definitely calling her, like, bitches and hoes. And so, I stepped in and I said, I want to know what's funny. So I'm like, what is funny? Like, what is going on? And that's when Tory butts in, and he's like, yeah, Megan, why don't you tell your best friend what's so funny? Why don't you tell her how fake you are? And so I'm confused because this was random. And so I said, what? Like, what are you talking about? And Megan's like, Kelsey, don't listen to him. You're not going to talk to my friend like that. Like, I don't care what y'all got going on, but you're not going to talk to her like that in front of me. So he got offended, and now me and him are arguing. And we're taking, honestly, when I argue, I can say things that are hurtful too. So he was saying mean things, so I was saying mean things back to him. And
Do you remember any of the exchange?
I'm about to get to what I do remember. He began to say, I'm from, like, he just started, like, I'm from Canada, like, basically, I guess insinuating that they're gangsters or something. I don't know.
I didn't realize
like,
Canada.
And I'm like, okay, and
like that.
Like, so, now we're just going back and forth. It's like I'm going back and forth with him. He's going back and forth with Megan.
Thank you, Preston.
And he said, my nigga, I'll shoot you. And so
He said that to you?
He said that to me. So, you know, you're not going to talk to my friend like that, you know.
Thank you, Preston, for the super chat. Between Tory and Javante, these violent leprechauns are allowed to inflict violence, and there's always a pick-me parade to defend them. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Like he was going to grab something. He reached towards the middle console, but he never pulled anything out.
So there was something in the middle console. He's already reached for this gun before he shot somebody. Okay.
I assume like some type of cover or
correct.
And then when he reached towards it, you just saw what? His hand moving?
Yeah, it was just a motion that he reached. He never opened it or, you know, so it was just a motion.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, and if you shoot me, then I guess it's my time to go. Like, you know, like, and if you shoot me, just know I have people who will ride behind me, you know, in my support, you know, and he's like, you know, he just talking mess still, him and Megan, me and him. So then Megan, I guess we're on Sunset Boulevard at this time, and Megan demands for, sorry, that's mine.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Megan demands for Quan to pull the vehicle over. So we pull over. He reached like he was going.
Oh, hold up.
Back, and we're actually by a bus stop. Megan jumps out the vehicle. Tory follows behind her. Quan stays in. I stay in because it's just like we're in the middle of a road. Like we're just arguing. This is, you know. So Tory and Megan, they sit at the bus stop. They have, I don't know what conversation they had, a conversation if any, but when they got back in the vehicle, it was calm. Tory then began to...
When they got back in the vehicle, do you remember where everyone was sitting?
Yes, sorry. Megan got back in the front seat. Tory got back in behind Quan, so behind the driver's seat. So it was calm. Everybody was calm. Tory then began to apologize to me. And he's just like, I'm sorry, Kelsey, you're just a real ass nigga, and I had to tell you. You know, and I'm like, what? Right, and so I'm like...
I feel like they're leaving out the drug use purposefully, but, you know, I think that they're leaving out drug use. He's not just drunk. Thank you, Curry Up and E, for the super chat. 2023, I'm from Canada. That will be the threat. I'm from Canada, yo.
But he's saying it loud. And so Megan can hear this. So that kind of started her back up. So now she's arguing, and we're actually by a bus. They're arguing back together. At this point, it's uncontrollable. Can't stop it.
And do you remember anything at this point that was being said?
At this point, they're arguing about each other's artistry as a career. They're arguing back together. At this point, it's uncontrollable. Can't stop it.
And do you remember anything at this point that was being said?
At this point, they're arguing about each other's artistry as a career as an artist. She's telling him like you're only this and that because you're on a remix with Jack Harlow, and he's telling her things about her career as an artist, which I can't remember what he was telling her, but they just started hitting each other with their career as an artist. So now
the 5 shots, I caught that.
You know, the next stop where the incident occurs, and this time Tory demands Quan to let us out. He's like, let these hoes out, let these bitches out the car. This is my car. And so we're like, okay, we'll get out. So he pulled the car over, and
he got nice exclusive.
Everything here transpires. Megan jumps out of her seat, which is the front seat. I open up my door. They're arguing back, to which I'm behind Megan. And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, you know? Especially, we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going on. I look up about it was 5 gunshots. I look up maybe at the second or third gunshot. That's when I look up, and you see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
So if you didn't hear him jump from the back seat to the front seat, but he did, it's very plausible that you didn't hear the dance bitch moment either. Correct? I feel like it was so easy for everybody to say that Meg didn't remember certain things about what happened. But I feel like as much as Kelsey remembers, there are some parts that she didn't remember too.
his door's
Hold
open.
up.
Behind Megan.
Hold up.
And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, you know? Especially, we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going off. I look up about it was 5 gunshots. I look up maybe at the second or third gunshot. That's when I look up, and you see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. And he's leaning over. The door is open, and he's leaning over like the window.
Which door? Is it the
right,
door?
the front right. So where Megan was sitting, behind Megan. And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, you know? Especially, we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle.
Yes, like the video, y'all. Like the video.
And no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going off. I look up about it was 5 gunshots.
Okay.
So his door's open.
My door's open in the back, and the front door is open to where Megan got out. The front right passenger.
Both doors on the passenger side
are open.
We gonna get to them gunshots, because that's another thing that's gonna wrap this up for me.
He's shooting over the top of the door. So
remember, because everybody kept saying that Kelsey shot the gun too, and I told y'all Kelsey probably did not shoot that gun. I promise y'all, I felt like there's no way Kelsey also shot that gun. It just doesn't make sense. Why would she shoot the gun and hand him the gun and he shoots the gun? That doesn't make any sense at all. At all. And we got to hear the gunshots, you guys. And they were 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do you hear me? 5 shots. 3 one after another, a pause, then 2 more shots. And I'm going to play it for you. That should let you know that it was only one person that shot the gun.
The top of the door would be the rear passenger door?
The right front passenger. So, again, as I said, he must have jumped, or I don't know how he did it because it was very very smooth.
The little nigga's a leprechaun. What do you mean?
He was leaning over the front passenger door, and she was shooting the gun.
So you saw him shoot the gun.
Where were you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of like my body's still like to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door. So I would say my left side was the rear passenger, and my right side.
Oh, she wasn't being coached at all during this interview.
Okay, so his door, and are you still partially in the car at this point?
No, I'm out of the vehicle. I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
So.
You know, where's Megan?
So I was about to speak on Megan. So she was walking away when this happened, but by the 3rd, 4th shot, and by the time I look up, she's facing towards us, and I've described it like a deer in headlights. I'm short. I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. That's all I can see. But the way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her direction. In the air, definitely in her direction. So at that point, we kind of were in shock,
Did you hear him say anything as he was shooting?
He did not say door, and I'm saying anything. Okay. There was no words at that point,
Okay, so do y'all remember when the dance bitch part came out? Meg said he said dance bitch before he shot her. At this point, Kelsey is not even really listening to what's going on. She didn't even hear the nigga jump from the back seat to the front seat, because at this point she probably has tuned them out because they're arguing and Meg has jumped out of the car. Okay, so it was this part where she says he didn't say anything, and it was the way they was putting the information out, y'all. This part is when she says, no, he didn't say anything. She may not have heard the dance bitch, but it doesn't mean that he didn't say it. This is the part where he didn't say anything after he shot her.
What was Quan doing? Did he tell?
I think everybody was a shock.
Okay, so he wasn't.
He wasn't
part
even
of it.
right here at this point right here. He wasn't part of this. What I'm about to get into next. I can't tell you guys where Tory pulled the gun
Tory was
from.
aiming in the air, please.
When he first threatened me was middle console, but I don't know if that's where.
He was shooting wildly. They said he was shooting down at Meg. She was like, yeah, he was shooting down. And then also, so he was picture him on the door. Bow, bow. And as the gun is pulling back, anybody that shot a gun knows that guns have hella pullback when you shoot. So if he was shooting at the ground at first, he probably started shooting up at some point because the gun is cocking back as he's shooting. So his positioning is changing as he's shooting the gun. Anybody that's ever shot a gun knows that you got to hold your stance in order to keep yourself where you are. And because he probably was shooting wildly over the door handle, he could not steady himself to shoot specifically at the ground or at her. So he was shooting like that. That's what I imagine.
Where the gun was.
But you had said he referenced like shooting y'all earlier while you're in the car, right?
He threatened to shoot me.
As if you had a gun in his control somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
And so after the shots rang, it was like I said, 5 shots. We kind of froze, and by the time I get back into I snapped. Megan had either crawled or walked or limped over to. She's in a driveway. She's in a driveway on the side of the driver's side. She's in a driveway. Anything. There was no words at that point,
Thank you.
What was Quan doing? Did he tell?
I think everybody was a shock.
Okay, so he wasn't.
He wasn't
part
even
of it.
right here at this point right here. He wasn't part of this. What I'm about to get into next. I can't tell you guys where Tory pulled the gun from. Like I said, the motion when he first threatened me was middle console, but I don't know if that's where the gun was.
But you had said he referenced like shooting y'all earlier while you're in the car, right?
He threatened to shoot me.
As if you had a gun in his control somewhere.
Already.
Okay.
From jump.
And so after the shots rang, it was like I said, 5 shots.
Okay, so we heard that part. All right, hold up. There's another part. Hold up. Let me see. What did this one do?
You're not going to talk to my friend.
Yeah, that was that one. Hold up. Okay. Hold up, y'all. This is Meg in the ambulance crying, you guys. Let me see. There's a better shot. Here's a better shot. Shout out to homegirl that got all of this information, though. Thank you for the super chat. Curry up and eat. The recoil of the gun plus her size, Tiny Tim explains a lot. They want him protected so bad. It's crazy, right? And her crying. Poor baby. Oh, Meg. Trying to pull it together. Poor baby. After all of that shit. Here go the gunshots.
In the gunshot audio, why didn't I hear Kelsey and Megan and them arguing? It's because.
Hold up, y'all. Let me follow her because she coming through with the info. Here we go.
A lot of people was wondering, in the gunshot audio, why didn't I hear Kelsey and Megan and them arguing? It's because the audio was taken from somebody's ring inside their home. So let me pull it up on the screen. A lot of people was
that sound like enough time, y'all? Did that sound like enough time for them to switch hands with the guns? That's why I said you couldn't trust Mr. Kelly's testimony exactly, because he said that they, one shot one time and the other one shot the other time, and he obviously was confused.
In the gunshot audio, why didn't
let's play it again?
Kelsey and Megan and them like arguing. It's because the audio was taken from somebody's ring inside their home. So let me pull it up on the screen.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Like, how can you act like that was even a fucking accident to shoot at her that many times? How? How was it an accident to shoot at her that many times? To have the pause in between and then pop, pop again? He was one of the 911 calls.
There is a woman who sounds like she's being hurt. It's definitely a domestic disturbance of some kind, and I know there have been a lot of fireworks going off, but these really sounded like gunshots. And,
people watching way too many fucking movies on BET Plus.
Gunshots sound like. It's in Nichols Canyon, but it is north of me. I guarantee if your officers just drive into Nichols Canyon, they're gonna hear it. No, do not come to my, do not send cops to my address.
The pause was wow. Okay?
Well, seriously, I mean, come on, man. Okay, well, as I just said, it's in Nichols Canyon. I can hear it. I don't know exactly what house it's coming from. Nichols Canyon.
So I don't even have to hear the rest of what this lady is saying, but this lady does not want to give the 911 caller her address. Can y'all tell me why it sounds like this Caucasian woman in this white neighborhood won't even give out her address to the police? And y'all are surprised that Meg and everybody was scared and lied to the police? This lady is calling the police because she heard gunshots in her neighborhood and she don't want to give the 911 operator her address. But Meg, who just got shot, has police officers with guns on her telling her to lay flat on the ground. Y'all wanted her to remember not to lie to the police? Yo, I am just floored at this point with this whole situation. Let's listen. I'm gonna find some more stuff, but I want us to hear what Megan the reporter had to say. Okay.
But what I thought was really interesting was I couldn't really keep up with the Twitter replies, but I did see some people sharing excerpts of transcripts from the court, like the actual trial transcripts that you get from the court reporter, and you can order those same day, but they're really expensive. I mean, they've got to be like $1,000 at least to get a transcript like that, and the attorneys get them because they're using it to work. And especially when you're putting together a closing argument and putting together your slideshow, you'll take excerpts from the transcript and kind of highlight it up there for jurors. So I thought it was interesting that, I mean, it was pretty clear that somebody in Tory's team was like sending out a trial transcript or working with, some of the social media and YouTube bloggers to try to sway public opinion. But then when it came time for Tory's lawyer to give his closing argument, he didn't have a PowerPoint and there were no transcript experts being shown to the jury. It was like, okay, the whole reason you're getting those transcripts isn't to take little quotes and put it out on Twitter to try to.
But that's what they were doing
there, because jurors are not paying attention to that at all. I mean, and the fact that lawyers are doing that in trial, I mean, that is problematic. It's like, you've got a client who's facing 23 years here. You need to be focusing on the case and not worrying about social media at all. So,
but let me tell you this though, and I think this is funny. Tory's lawyer was handling this case as if this was a sexual assault case and Megan had accused him of assaulting her in a sexual manner. They really handled this case like as if she had said he sexually assaulted her in a dark room one night, and now it's her word against his, and not him shooting her on a very well lit street in Calabasas, California, with 2 other witnesses and neighbors in the area with Ring cameras. They handled this case as if Megan's sexual history had anything to do with her being shot. That's why he lost the case. Because in the court of public opinion, you can make a R victim or a SA victim look terrible, and that might actually work when it comes to trial. Because you can poke holes in this person's story because there's no other evidence. Especially if the predator is smart enough not to call and apologize on the phone, on recorded conversations, because they've been known to text and get the girl to come back over after she's been assaulted to make it look as if, oh look, she still came back after. But we all know, well, we don't all know, but a lot of us know that a lot of victims are very confused after SA because they don't really understand what happened a lot of the times. Because we're not taught that when you say no, that should mean no, and everything after that is a fucking problem. We're not taught that. We're taught to make excuses in our minds for our abuse and our mistreatment. That's what we're taught to do. And so I feel like Tory Lanez and his lawyers in their minds created what was a very simple assault case with a deadly weapon into a sexual assault case and thought that they can argue that the victim was a hoe, and so her story must be a lie. That did not work here because you shot her. The evidence was the bullets in her feet. The evidence was the 5 shell casings on the ground where the shooting actually took place. The blood all over the ground. The surveillance camera from the police helicopters that were flying above when the police had everybody laying out on the fucking ground. Tory Lanez already violent history. Nobody argued what happened to Prince in the club when Tory hit him, beat him up. Nobody argued what happened with August Alsina except for Tory, who came out and said that he wasn't even at the event that he and August were at. Like he didn't see the video that we all had seen to show August Alsina sliding Tory Lanez as they passed in the hallway. We had already seen that video. And Tory Lanez got online on Instagram and said he wasn't there. He was on video there. And then literally got on social media and said that he wasn't. But yet every time we talked about the situation with him shooting Megan, everybody wanted to talk about how Megan was a liar. I even had a conversation with some people where they felt like Megan antagonized this nigga before he shot her. As if you can antagonize somebody when you're walking away and that makes them shooting you. What exactly? What exactly? Always want to look for a reason to make a crazy nigga not a crazy nigga. And I can't stand that because a lot of you niggas are crazy. A lot of you niggas are crazy. A lot of y'all are abusive. A lot of y'all are violent. A lot of y'all don't know how to control your anger. A lot of y'all have been taught that your manhood has something to do with being violent. Yet, when you are accused or held accountable for violence, everybody's looking around like, who, him? He didn't do that. Girl, he couldn't have possibly done that. Even though he's done things like that before. What? He couldn't have possibly done that. No. I know he has a current case where he hit somebody too. I know. But he couldn't have done that to her. He could have done that to those men. But he couldn't have done that to her. Right? Even though there are holes in her fucking feet on the internet. But please come and tell me how Meg wasn't shot one more time. One more time for the people in the back. DJ Academics lies to y'all on social media and tells y'all that Tory Lanez's DNA wasn't found on the gun. Lied to y'all. Not every time we have this conversation, I got some stupid motherfuckers commenting how his DNA wasn't on the gun. It was inconclusive, you rockhead. It was inconclusive. Get off the rocks. Okay? Jesus Christ. How much evidence did y'all need? Like, to me, the fact that y'all needed all of this in order to believe her is crazy to me. You needed to see her crying in the fucking ambulance after being shot for you to believe that she wasn't a villain in her own story. So to believe that she didn't shoot herself. I cannot. Give me a second. I cannot. Y'all comment, continue to comment. Give me a moment here. Because I'm going to find the rest of this shit. Hold up. I'm going to find the rest of this because I want to hear the rest of that testimony that Kelsey gave. Hold up. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Okay. Let's see. Okay, shit. Nick at Night already on live right now. Okay, Tory Lanez jail call. But hold up. Let me see if she put up, because she talking about it, but I don't know if she put up the video yet about what Kelsey's whole thing in its entirety. Because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the Kelsey audio in its entirety. But I don't see it on here. She must have put it behind a paywall, child. Because you know the girls are good for putting their stuff behind a paywall. I ain't mad at it, though. Let me see if I can find it, though. Kelsey interview. Let me see. Okay, hold up. Okay. Complete audio. Here we go.
Okay, it's September 14th, 2022. It's 11:30 in the morning.
Okay, hold on.
That was that.
Okay.
And then he came back out and met back up with them in California.
Y'all can hear that, right?
How long would you say you were back out in California before this night in July?
Less than a week, if not a week, less than a week.
Were you staying with Meg at the time?
That's correct.
Okay. And then that night you said you guys got an invitation from Kylie?
We didn't get the invitation that night.
Hold up. I'm going to skip through some of this.
Sorry, that's mine.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Megan demands for Quan to pull the vehicle over. So we pull over, and we're actually by a bus stop. Megan jumps out the vehicle. Tory follows behind her. But he's saying it loud. And so Megan...
We heard this stuff, so...
Like, okay, we'll get out. So he pulled the car over, and...
okay, this is where I wanted to be at.
Everything here transpires. Megan jumps out of her seat, which is the front seat. I open up my door, which I'm behind Megan. And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, Especially, we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going on. I look up about it was 5 gunshots. I look up maybe at the second or third gunshot. That's when I look up. And you see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. And he's leaning over. The door's open, and he's leaning over the door window.
Which door? Is it the rear?
Right.
We heard his bottom feet and speeding through it.
Okay, so his door's open.
My door's open in the back, and the front door is open to where Megan got out. The front right passenger.
Both doors on the passenger side
are open. Correct. So.
And is he shooting through the window or over the top?
No, he's shooting over the top of the door. So
over the top of the door would be the rear passenger door.
The right front passenger. So again, as I said, he must have jumped, or I don't know how he did it because it was very very smooth. And he was leaning over the front passenger door, and she was shooting the gun.
Where were you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of my body's still to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door. So I would say my left side was the rear passenger, and my right side was kind of like this. This is the door, and I'm.
Are you still partially in the car at this point?
No, I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, the way they were seated in the vehicle, the driver, Tory's behind the driver. Kelsey is sitting behind Meg. Meg is in the passenger seat, in the front passenger seat. Meg gets out of the front passenger seat. Kelsey's about to get out of her car behind Meg. Tory jumps over the back seat like the small little leprechaun that he is, pulls the gun, comes out over the passenger side door, and starts shooting at Meg. Thank you, Ash, for the super chat. The fact that they seen that and they still saying she lied is beyond the fuck me. The delusion got me wanting to square the fuck up in the field. I'm telling you, it's crazy. All of the people who were in the courtroom that came out and reported all of that bias bullshit after they heard this is crazy to me. Let's continue on.
So I was about to speak on Megan. So she was walking away when this happened, but by the third, fourth shot, and by the time I look up, she's facing towards us, and I've described it like a deer in headlights. I'm short. I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up, higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. That's all I can see. But the way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
Down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her direction. In the air. Yeah, definitely in her direction. So,
and then in the air, like at her.
We kind of were shocked,
Did you hear him say anything as he was shooting?
He did not say anything. Okay. There was no words at that point,
What was Quan doing? Did he tell?
I think everybody was in shock.
Okay, so he wasn't part of it.
Right here, at this point right here, he wasn't part of this. What I'm about to get into next, I can't tell you guys where Tory pulled the gun from. Like I said, the motion when he first threatened me was middle console, but I don't know if that's where the gun was.
But you had said he referenced shooting y'all earlier while you were in the car, right?
He threatened to shoot me.
As if he had a gun
Correct.
in his control somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
And so after the shots rang, it was, like I said, 5 shots. We kind of froze. And by the time I get back into, I snapped. Megan had either crawled or walked or limped over to, she's in a driveway. She's in a driveway on the side of the driver's side. She's in a driveway. Tory sits down.
In the front passenger seat?
In the front passenger seat.
Okay.
He's sitting. I guess just kind of shocked also. So I went over to her. I immediately ran to her. She's the forefront of my thoughts. My job as a friend in general is just naturally is to protect my friend, protect. So now I'm in defense mode on behalf of Megan. I ran to her. She's on the floor. I never looked at her feet. I never really just got to look at her. I just know when I ran to her and she grabbed me, she had blood. So in my head, she had got shot because shots just went off and she's bleeding. That's what I think. So I see Tory coming around the vehicle. It's dark. Lights are flat, hitting him. It's almost like a scary scene. So again, I'm in defense mode. I see him coming around the vehicle, and in my head, I'm thinking he's about to come over here and attack us.
Do you see whether or not when he's coming around the vehicle, he still has the gun?
I don't believe he had the gun. Okay. So like I said, I just thought he was coming over to attack us. So I stepped in between where he was coming to where Megan was, and at that point, that's when the assault between me and him happened. He assaulted me, and Quan then he just comes and he picks me up like a little doll, and he's like, Kelsey, they do this all the time. And I said, huh? She's bleeding. She's been shot. I don't know if y'all know she's shot. By that time, he's already to where Megan's at. So I don't know what goes on in that driveway.
Who comes towards Megan? Is that Quan or Tory?
So initially, Tory comes.
Yeah.
So that's where I stepped in, and we had an altercation. He physically assaulted me, and then Quan came and separated him from me.
Okay, I wanna say something to this comment because I've heard this before. Meg did Kelsey dirty and pushed her to the side, which explains why Kelsey didn't want to testify on her behalf. Horrible reason, but it explains it. Actually, no, that's not what happened, TD. Let me explain, baby. What actually happened is, after the shooting, Meg is in the hospital. And as I said at the beginning of this video, Kelsey is on the phone with Tory, giving him the hospital that Meg is at, having conversations with him about how to clean this up for him. So if Meg decided that she didn't want to talk to her or deal with her after that because she felt like she could not trust her, then that is understandable. I don't know how you can say that Meg did Kelsey dirty when after Meg got shot, Kelsey gives the shooter the damn hospital that the victim is at. But Meg did Kelsey dirty. Oh, okay. I'm going to continue.
Exactly did he do when he was assaulting you?
I mean, everything, my adrenaline was so high. I don't know if he was hitting me with a closed fist or slapping me. It was just it was a physical altercation.
Were you wearing a necklace that day?
I was, and I'm going to go to that part too.
Thank you for the super chat, Lynn. Can't believe she recanted this interview, all of these details. I'm telling you.
He's big. He just picked me up and said, they do this all the time, Kelsey. And I said, huh? No, she's bleeding. She's been shot, to my knowledge. And so I'm still in defense mode. I'm still in, you know, like, I gotta protect her. So I look up and I see the vehicle. It's in the middle of the road and it's on. The door is open. So my initial reaction is to cause a distraction. And I jumped into the vehicle and I threw it in jerk. And it worked.
What does that mean?
I just like jerked it, made it move.
Okay.
Made it like move just to get him away from Megan. Because in my head, I'm thinking he's over here gonna just attack.
So you got in the driver's seat of the car and moved it.
And I made it jerk.
Okay.
I didn't even move it. I didn't even drive. I just made it jerk.
Okay.
And so when I did that, it did exactly what I needed it to do, get Tory away from Megan. And so he I don't know how he got to the vehicle. I don't know if he ran or walked, but he got to me really quick. And that's when he pulled
me. And then like you understand why she didn't testify to support Meg, because Meg did her dirty. This nigga beat her up in the middle of the street after he shot her friend. This man put his hands on her. Megan stopped talking to her. And somehow you can understand how Kelsey can lie on Tory's behalf. But you don't understand like how she should also be upset at him because he beat her up. Is it just me? So it's okay to be mad at Megan for not talking to you, but you're not mad at Tory for beating your ass after he shot your friend. Thank you for the super chat, Curry and E. Meg realized that in a car full of friends, she had 0. Let's continue.
Pulling me by my hair. He was pulling me by my hair really hard. And again, I wasn't afraid for my life when the incident was going on with Megan. I was in defense mode. But then I became afraid for my life when he started like pulling my hair in my neck because it was really, really hard. That's when the necklace.
When you said he pulled on your neck, what do you mean?
You know, like he was like almost like, I didn't lose my breath, so I wouldn't say choking, but he was pulling my neck and my hair. And then so here comes Quan again. Quan he's in between us, but Tory has a good grip. He's not letting go. So it's kind of like tug of war at this point with my head and body. And
so this man tried to pull your hair from your damn scalp.
Just to get him to let me go. And I said, Tory, what are we doing? What are we doing? And when I said that, he released. He let go. And so now Megan is standing. We're all standing at the front driver door.
Did you see how Megan got to the front driver door?
I can't tell. No, she just like hopped, walk. I can't tell you, but she was there. She was standing at the front driver door, and Quan. They're just like get in the car. You know, we didn't like have a pushback about getting in the car because we're in the middle of nowhere. At this point, we don't know what to do. We honestly didn't even think about calling 911 at this moment or anything. It was all a blur.
Now, did you have on long nails that night?
I did. My nails were broken off.
That was during your fight with Tory?
Altercation with Tory, correct. So now we get in the vehicle. Quan gets back in the driver's side. Tory gets in the, now replaces Megan's seat. So he's in the front passenger. Megan gets in where I was sitting, which is now behind Tory. And now I'm behind Quan.
How is Megan looking at this point? Is she crying? Is she upset? Is she scared? Anything? Can you tell?
Megan I was screaming. I was tripping. I was having panic attacks. Megan honestly was very calm. And that's what made me think that they had a conversation in the driveway where I don't know. That's my assumption. But she wasn't in distraught. I was in distraught more than her, sorry, that just upsets me.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, I can get tissue.
Megan being calm doesn't mean she wasn't distraught. She got shot. She probably was in shock.
Need a break, just let me know, okay? Let's see.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Co-manager, manager, person that's with her every day. Sorry, I have to make sure I didn't lose my train of thought. So we're driving down. We were heading home, which was like at the top of the hill.
You're listening to Street TV.
He made a U-turn or took another road off to where we ended up back on, I guess, Sunset Boulevard. I don't know where we're going. Just driving. We didn't really have a destination, but I believe I did like to say we need to take her to the hospital. So Megan, she says, Kelsey, call Ferris. I had already tried calling Ferris. We had bad signal, so it didn't go through. I had sent a text to her security. I sent a text to her security at the time.
Is that Justin?
That's Justin. and they weren't answering the calls. So I think I said like help 911, Tory shot Meg, or.
Still have that text?
I'll have to go through my old phone and.
I'm going to show you a photograph here. If this is a document titled "Text Message Justin Edison." Just take a look at that.
She's absolutely making herself the victim in Meg's shooting. Yeah, she is. But we'll continue.
I believe that's it. I'll have to look at my.
Okay, but that looks like the message that you sent.
Yeah, I don't think it's edited or anything.
Okay, so said help, Tory shot Meg, 911.
Right.
Okay.
Mind you, I didn't even know that there was a recall that had been made. So I sent him a text. I think I texted Travis Ferris. I think I texted him. I know I dropped him our location. And I also sent a message to my mom, and I was like, help. Just frustrating because, like, I was really hurt. And they just make it seem like it's mentally, like, nothing. I sent a help message to my mom.
And when you say you were hurt, you were physically hurt, mentally hurt?
I didn't even realize I had bruises, but my adrenaline was so high. When I say hurt, I mean emotionally.
Yeah.
Like,
Were you scared?
I was scared, you know? Like,
what were you scared about when you were in that?
I don't know. I just was scared, like everything that had just happened, you know?
Do you remember what you texted your mom?
I think I still have the messages. It was on Facebook Messenger. Because my mom, she's an Android, so like she's always on Facebook, so I knew she could see it. I think I also sent her a help message.
Yeah.
And so we're driving, and I also had made a phone call. Nobody was answering, and it was a person at the time that I was talking to. I made a phone call to him because I knew he'd pick up, and he picked up, and I let him listen to everything that was going on. I just had the phone. I told him, hey, like, this just happened. I need to stay on the phone, you know.
Right. She could at least text her mom. Meg can't even call, text her. Meg has nobody to call but Ferris.
On an open line where
it was open line.
Basically he could hear what was happening inside the car.
Correct. Why did you do that at that point? Because, again, I was scared, and nobody had answered their calls. This is the only person I knew, just in case. Yeah. I don't know what's next. So, anyways, Megan had her leg on me. I still never had looked down at her foot, or if I did, I don't recall seeing her injuries or how damaged or whatever she was. I'm in distraught. So Tory is like demanding, like, shut up, like Kelsey, shut up, you know. And the police, we're driving down the street, and the police, you know, they're coming. The policeman was behind us, but at that point, I don't think they knew this was the vehicle they were looking for.
I told y'all I didn't think
Juan
they fought.
Pulled over, or let them go by, and they went by. And now we're getting to our last, you know, the final moment. Now the helicopter's over the vehicle, and all the cops are behind us, and that's when, you know.
And you get the sirens are going.
Sirens are going.
Is Tory saying
pull over. He is. He was saying things just like, please, y'all don't say anything, please. I'm about to sign a big deal or something, and like I'll give both of you guys $1 million each.
In the car, he's asking.
I believe Megan's like, huh? You know, like what? But that was
like, nigga, I don't need $1 million from you.
I will be very honest. Megan's, I don't know. I feel like they had a conversation either at the driveway or at the bus stop. I don't know where it happened, but she was very calm. She wasn't upset. She didn't seem upset with him. I was confused because I'm like...
What do you mean she didn't seem upset with him? He just shot her and he made her get back in the car. It sounds like she was scared, but trying to show calm because she doesn't want to, I don't know, get shot again? But she keeps saying that Meg was calm, like Meg being shot or something, like Meg's impervious to being shot.
Well, like, I'm distraught, you know? But her demeanor was very, like, she was okay. Like,
maybe she was shocked.
Maybe she wasn't shocked. I don't know. I can't really, I don't know. So now the vehicle's pulled over. The cops are demanding us to get out. I believe they asked Juan to get out first.
Right.
Then Tory, Megan, and then me, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that scary?
It was very scary, and it's humiliating and embarrassing. I've never have been to jail, never have been to cuffs, never have been in anything like that. They actually, you can see the TMZ clip, they actually have me spread my legs super wide. You can look at the clip. You know, you can. It's the clip is there. You can hear me like, okay. I'm saying okay. Once they come, I think it was a female officer that put me in cuffs, and I told her, I verbatim, I said, please don't put your knee in my back. This is when George Floyd, that whole situation happened.
This was right after that, or close in time to that?
This is very recent. Okay. And she's like, she assured me that it's okay, you know. From there, I guess they handcuffed us. We didn't say, you know, I honestly, like I said, my adrenaline was high. If they asked me about injuries, I wasn't really worried about myself at that point. I was worried about Megan, so I didn't even care to speak on myself, which I almost regret. They take Megan, she's sitting on the curb. They have me here on the opposite side, Tory and Quan. And I'm not sure what I now know what was disclosed, but at that point I didn't know. Ferris arrived. By the time he arrived, they were wheeling Megan off, I believe in like a wheelchair or a bed. I can't recall. They put her in the ambulance, and they took us, you know, to...
Did you ride an ambulance with her?
No. I was in a cop car. Okay. I actually went to the jailhouse. And again, I thought that was a normal thing to do. Well, with this situation, I didn't know if I was supposed to be in an ambulance or anything. I don't know the rules. So they took us. They put me in a room. They came in, took pictures, if I'm not mistaken.
Tory.
Honestly, don't recall them swabbing my hand for any residue or anything. And
you don't recall it happening, but it could have happened. You just don't remember.
No, I really don't, like, unless, because I don't know how that works, what the swab part is. I don't even remember them disclosing that they were about to swab me, and I know that I would remember that, unless, again, I had very high adrenaline. Maybe that part, I don't believe they swabbed me. Just, that's my knowledge. I know they came in and took pictures. So stayed over. They took us, I guess, to a room. Asked if I wanted to say what happened, and I just did what I know in situations like this for movies and stuff. I just asked for, you know, I was going to get a lawyer. So the next morning,
2022,
they
y'all
released me, and
so it was like 4 hours later about, or you didn't spend the night at the jail, right?
Definitely spent the night. Well, I mean, I was there all night.
It was that same night though.
Oh yes, that same.
So then you got released like after several hours that morning. Okay.
So when you get released, at some point you make a trip over to the hospital, correct?
So when I get released, they released me and Quan together, and outside of the jail, Quan said, he made a comment and was like, "Money talks" or something similar to those words. I don't know.
Did you have him elaborate on that, or did you ask?
No, I didn't ask. I was confused. He also said that Tory was trying to protect me, and I said, "Protect me from what?" He's like you'll find out later. Like, everybody's playing mind games with me. I don't know what's going on. His friend, Quan's driver arrived. A friend arrived, and he was like, "Man, why?" You know, he was like, "Why?" He was like, I can't believe he did that. He asked if I was okay. This is Tory's, I think, best friend. I don't know his name. Or a friend. They were just all associated. Yeah. And he asked if I was okay.
To Street TV.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm still kind of in disbelief and shock. I called Megan's manager, and I was like, "Hey, can somebody come pick me up?" Actually, I texted her security, or I called him, one of the two, and he said, "Call Jilly." So I called her, or texted. I'll have to go back and see. And she came immediately. I went to her house. She gave me a pair of changed clothes because my clothes were ripped from the altercation. Discarded them in her house. From there, you know, I asked her, like, "How's Megan? Can I see Megan?"
Exactly.
We went to the hospital. I sat outside the hospital. Like, I was not outside the room or anything. I was actually outside, sitting in the car on the street. Okay. She said that Megan couldn't have guests. So I thought that was accurate. I thought that was true. And I'm still sitting in the car. I received a call from a jail. Didn't think that it was Tory because I actually knew somebody in jail, and he had called often, and I would answer his call. And so I just thought it was him because it was normal for him to call early or later. So when I answered it, it was Tory. I honestly, I know.
So this is the first call.
Did ask,
barely 24 hours later.
And I believe I told him in the hospital.
And this is what I was talking about when I said that Megan did not do Kelsey dirty. Okay? Megan doesn't trust Kelsey because Kelsey is moving fucking funny.
I believe he apologized.
And what do you think he was apologizing for?
I mean, everything that unfolded that night and the incident, you know. That was that. And I mean, I never got to see Megan since then.
Yeah.
You didn't see her at all since she went to the hospital?
No, it was.
Did you talk to Megan at least on the phone or text at some point?
Later on in text messages, we did talk. She had finally texted me, but this is somebody that I was with for years, day to day, every day. I know her. Like, that was my best friend. I knew her like the back of my hand. I honestly still feel like I know her like the back of my hand. Nothing's really changed.
How? How could you possibly know that?
Like, I know everything. I'm the first person. Her team's going to make sure I'm right there. Kelsey doesn't leave Megan's side. That's how we operate.
To me, it sounds like Kelsey had a codependent relationship with Megan. And when Megan cut her off out of fear and shock, and also everything that's going on, like, I can't trust you because you're talking to Tory and shit and telling him the hospital where I'm at. Come on, man.
Right.
So when I just, I kept asking, can I see Megan? I actually went back to the house. Can I see Megan? Can I see Megan? I'm still checking for her. Nobody's kind of giving me any information on it. So I kept blowing it off. I was like, okay, maybe I can't have guests.
You're listening to Street TV.
Desiree, Rock Nation, she told me that Megan was going to be down for a while, almost a year. And I believed it.
What do you mean she was going to be down for a while? What does that mean?
Like, injured, out of commission. Okay. I believe it.
Okay. Down for a while means she's not going to be working. To me, that's what that sounds like. Because you're an assistant. So you're calling because it's about your job and your money. And they're telling you that Meg isn't going to be working for a while. If they telling you this, that's because Meg felt like she couldn't trust anybody. So just a brief synopsis since somebody came in late. At the very beginning of this, I started playing y'all some of the clips that were on social media, including Kelsey and Tory's phone call between the two of them while he was in jail, calling, apologizing, saying he was sorry. She told him the hospital that Meg was at. Meg is still at the hospital. This is within 24 hours of the shooting. And she's already on the phone with Tory Lanez telling him where Megan is. Okay? Hold up. What's this? Megan's childhood friend said when Kelsey got back to the house, she was saying how they got to pay her to be quiet. She did not think that was going to get back to Megan. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, especially because Tory probably already did that. Tory's homeboy, I bet when she said that when she got out of jail with the security guard and then Tory's best friend shows up, like, I don't know why he did that. I bet you any money Tory's conversation with homeboy probably was along the lines of, see if you could work on Kelsey for me. I bet you it was like, interference at first. To let her know that Tory, she already knew Tory was offering money from the beginning. So for me, I feel like for you to be, telling Megan and them, oh, I need y'all to give me money to stay quiet. Like, it makes sense. Because you knew that Tory was offering you money. You didn't want to go that route because you want to still be able to work with Megan. But once you realized you wasn't going to be working with Megan anymore, it was like, fuck her. I might as well go ahead and fuck with Tory because he's offering.
Mind you, I'm at this house. This house is big. I'm by myself. I'm still in shock. I had never even experienced PTSD, but I knew that day when I went back to the house, it started to hit me.
Yeah.
So I had nobody with me. So I did ask, can I, hey, I might go back, I'm considering going back to Houston while Megan is healing because they had already told me that she would be down, and they wouldn't let me go see her. So,
thank you.
Or they said she's going to have guests.
Like the video, y'all.
So I said, okay, well, I'm going to consider going back to Houston until she's healed. And then I also need to go seek, treatment, make sure I'm okay. I had bruises all over me. My body was in pain. My back was hurting, which I disclosed to them. I said, so I'll let you know a date and a time to book my flight. So I actually ended up booking my support to come out to LA to be with me at the house. So I didn't need my flight anymore. But no sooner can I send that text, they had a flight booked for me like 2 hours later. Mind you, Megan had just asked me to get rid of my apartment, so I had like all my stuff there at the house. So me and Desiree Pettis, she communicated with me. I said, hey, like I have a flight in 2 hours. No, nobody told me, like, and I don't have, like, what am I supposed to do right here, like my stuff? And she tells me that it's best that I find a rental in Houston, or just find a rental. LA is dangerous right now. That house isn't safe to be at, so I was like, okay, so just to be clear, you're telling me I need to move? I need to move after I just made an immediate move down here? Like, mind you, this is all while I'm confused and hurt and like, you know, so I'm having to do all this and I can't even just kind of try to get my mind right.
Mind you still don't have holes in your feet.
So, you know, so she's like, yes. And I'm like, okay. So I said, well, can you at least rebook my flight for a different date? Like, just let me try to get help to help me move my boxes and stuff. I had heavy stuff. And they said, okay, just let us know what day you want to leave. And the driver that had arrived, we actually were supposed to have, we had other obligations. So a driver just appeared, thankfully. And he actually helped me get all my stuff out of the house. And I went and I booked the hotel. And yeah.
Did Tory try reaching you after the shooting?
He did.
What happened?
So the first call came through Quan, if I'm not mistaken. And he was whispering. And I'm like, who is this? He's like, big head. Stop acting like you don't know who this is. So, I believe those are the words he said.
Big head? What's that?
Big head. I don't know. Like I said, we've never met or like we've never had that. So I think, I don't know.
But you think it was Tory whispering to you on Quan?
No, it wasn't. It was definitely Quan.
Oh, it was Quan was talking, okay.
Yeah, and basically he was just like, he had our stuff, I guess our suitcases and things have been released to him.
Thank you, I am.
And he had our stuff, you know, let's make arrangements to pick it up. And so I was okay to meet with him to pick my stuff up because, like, I have to go back to Houston. Every piece of item that
Julian,
I had,
you know, that's what I was thinking.
And he was like, I'm trying to remember his full, I believe that was really it.
And this was, what, the next day, or when was this?
Honestly, I would have to look back, and it wasn't far from that date.
Yeah.
I'm losing train of thought.
It's okay. It's a long day.
Yeah, I know.
So he asked you to go pick up, if you wanted me to pick up stuff.
The suitcases, yes. So, I dropped him, you know, my pin to my hotel. I believe this is the communication with me and the security guard. And I want to make sure I'm being accurate with that.
When you say the security guard, are we talking about
the driver, Quan? Sorry. I really don't know what the role was. He was
it's okay.
everything.
If it's easier, we can refer to Quan as Quan versus like, you know,
okay,
Justin
Quan.
as maybe, yeah.
Right. Okay. And so he came. He actually asked me to come to a studio location, and I said, no, I don't feel safe doing that.
Okay.
He's like, why? Like, you act like something's gonna happen, and I'm like, you know, I just don't feel safe doing that. You know, we're not friends. You know.
You're listening to Street TV.
When they came, there was Tory, Quan, and it was another individual. I don't know who he was. I think he was Caucasian, if I can't remember. Prior to me actually going out to meet with him, I did, you know, I updated my sister and I said, hey, like, just let me know this is my location. You know, I was still taking safety precautions because I was scared still. And I got in the vehicle. Quan stepped out. Tory was driving. And, well, not driving. He was on the driver's side. It was parked. And
yeah, he is.
Just outside my hotel. And in that car, he was like, Kelsey, you know, he was very apologetic. Mind you, this is somebody, me, Megan, and him, we were all friends up until that night. Mm-hmm. So although I was scared, and I still was like, let me hear him out. Mm-hmm. You know, this is.
Let you hear him out. Let you hear him out. He shot her. Let you hear him out.
So he was just apologetic. He said, Kelsey, you know, she attacked me with my artistry. That's what really bothered him, and that's what he put emphasis on. And I said, Tory, but you're wrong. You know, like, you're wrong.
If you could find a post where Meg Friend aired her out, at me on it.
Yeah, what you did was wrong. Like, why would you pull out a gun? Like, none of this is okay. You know, and I told him, you know, I'm not okay right now. Like, my mental state is not okay. I have injuries. Like this is not right. You know, I said, Megan is shot. She, you know, or injured, or she's in the hospital.
Did he ever apologize to you?
Tory, he did apologize to me also. And he's just like, you know, he's being very apologetic just for the whole situation. And I'm just like,
being very apologetic for the whole situation.
You apologize directly with her also. I didn't know he had, at that point, I didn't know he had sent her messages. Me and Megan hadn't spoken. I'm reaching out, you know, this prior to, I want to rewind. Prior to
I don't get it.
Taking that meeting, it was like her team, they were treating me very weird, very strange, and I didn't understand why. I was reaching out to her team. You know, I'm asking them, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm saying the whole...
You don't understand why, ma'am. It sounds like she broke up with you after this and you didn't know how to take it. Like, to me, I feel like you moving funny from the jump. I feel like her, when she was giving you the details on the shooting, that shit sound 100% on par with the evidence we saw. I believe everything she was saying. When we get into this portion of it, I think she's giving facts here. But I can also hear what her focus is and how she feel. This is when the feelings are starting to come out. And the feelings of feeling abandoned by Meg are real for Kelsey. But I need for y'all to understand, it's not Meg's responsibility to take care of anybody but herself after this. That's what I need for everybody to understand. And Kelsey included. Kelsey, baby, you a grown-ass woman. Them people gave you money. They flew you where you needed to be. At this point, you need to start figuring out what your life is going to be like now. Because Meg is trying to figure out what her life is going to be like now that she's been shot in both of her fucking feet and she's a performer and a dancer. So I just kind of feel like everybody was expecting Meg to save Kelsey when Meg is the fucking victim. Meg doesn't have to take herself out of her hospital bed so that she can save Kelsey because Kelsey doesn't know what's going on right now. You asked, them people told you you need to find another place to live. They paid you and they let you know what it was. You just didn't like that you weren't hearing it from Megan. It sounds to me like it was communicated by Megan's team that Kelsey was being excommunicated and she wanted to hear it from Meg. And since she didn't hear it from Meg, she got mad. Now she's the victim. No, baby. That's not how any of this works. And then you can't use you also being a victim when you're in cahoots and having all of this fucking grace for the person that made you a victim in the first place. Tory made you a victim, bitch. He's the one that did all of this. How is it that you have all of this grace for him? Make it make sense.
Also,
Male identified. Some of my bitch.
Wrong message, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, what am I? Me and me Megan should be moving as a unit. Like, why am I being kind of pushed out? Y'all told me to move. Where am I supposed to go home to? Mm-hmm. Megan had asked me to get rid of my apartment, and that's what I did. You know, I've always had my own things, own stuff. I always picked.
Okay, so what's the problem?
So she asked me to get rid of it, and I did.
That was before the shooting.
So I finally sent like a text, and it was just like, this isn't right. And Megan finally had called. I think they kind of sensed like, Kelsey, you know, and she's like, Kelsey, find a place to stay in Houston. I'm gonna pay it up for a year. And I said, I said, Megan, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. She said, I'm gonna be down for a year. Like, Kelsey, I'm like, I can't walk. And I'm like,
was the idea when she said she was going to pay for a place for a year, it was the place for also her to call home base in Houston?
No.
Okay. It was for you?
For me.
Just because she asked you to move, so she felt responsible that you didn't have a place and wanted to get you a place back in Houston.
Right. Okay. I never asked them to give me a spot.
But she offered, and this wasn't her paying you off. To me, it sounds like Meg wants to keep space from you. Her team is probably telling her to keep space from you, and she sees you calling. What she's supposed to do? She probably feels bad, so she picks up the phone, calls you back, and says, "Look, I'm gonna pay for you to find somewhere to stay. I'm gonna pay for you to find. I'm gonna pay for a year until you can figure out what you need to do. But I can't fuck with you right now." That's what that sounded like to me, y'all. And I don't feel like I don't understand why that's a bad thing for Meg to feel like I can't fuck with you right now. All of that happened. I can't fuck with you right now. You were there that night. I don't even want to think about it. But I'm gonna pay for you to have a place to stay. What else? Like,
for a year, which was not normal, you know, because we're supposed to move as a unit. Mind you, I had also found out that she had left to New York. I guess she caught a jet. So I was just confused. I was very confused. Like, I'm still here in LA, and y'all are, what's going on?
You're just in the dark.
I was very much in the dark. The people that I talk to every day and I'm with every day, and I would get immediate updates on anything.
Somebody is offering to pay for your housing for the next year, and you mad because you're mad because you're not being taken to the next place. That's what was really going on. Shout out to Josie. Josie did a video that explained the business perspective of this. And as Meg is catapulting into stardom in 2021 after this incident, everybody who was with her previous team is being left behind. So Carl Crawford, all of those people, EJ, and then Kelsey, who probably would have been taken with her had not been for this situation. Everybody is now being left behind, and now they're feeling away because Meg is blowing up. So now you're like, how you gonna drop me when everything's blowing up? I've been working all of this time so I could be with you when things blow up. And now you don't want to be bothered with me. And she doesn't have to. She still did for her. She still did for her what she did not have to do. Meg said, I'm going to pay for you to have a place to stay for a year, but I can't fuck with you. That's not y'all. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm fine with that.
So anyways, and
yes, generous breakup.
Yeah, I'm about to get right back into that. So anyways, he and to sum it up, he
thank you. Just like J-Lo did the Puffy after shooting.
What you did, like, this is not okay. And he said Kelsey, like, what can I do? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What can you do? And I guess his lawyer.
I got the J-Lee shot, y'all. Thank you.
He goes, can I invest in a? Or do you need a job? Do you want to work with me? And I'm like, huh? Why do I need to work with you? I'm sorry, but no, I don't want any correlation with you. And he said, do you need to get you a lawyer? And I said, I don't need you to do anything for me, Tory. Like, why do I need you to get me a lawyer?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, can I, what's something that you want? What's something you want to do? Like, do you want to invest into a business? And I'm like, huh? He said, Kelsey, basically, you know what I'm saying. Heard him, Sean Holly advised him to word it that way. And I told him, no, I don't need anything from you.
Me too.
And he's like, okay, well, just think about it and just let me know. And so at the end of that, he asked for a hug. And I said, I didn't want to hug him.
What did you think he was trying to accomplish by making that offer to you?
It's always them asking for a hug ass niggas. Always them asking for a hug ass niggas.
What he did to all
Always them asking for a hug ass niggas, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold up. I had to say that. Wait a minute.
of us, and me, of course. I don't want to assume anything, but I mean, I don't know if that was his way of, he don't want to pay directly for injury.
When he offered you all these things, was it over the course of just one conversation, one meeting, or was it the course of like over several texts and phone calls or anything like that?
It was over a course, for sure.
Over texts, phone calls, do you remember?
I believe a phone call, yeah, and phone call and a text.
Do you remember if you still have that text?
When I tell you that phone, I have to go back and literally go through everything.
I keep doing this every time I try to pause. Bribery 101. You're supposed to know what your subject wants beforehand. That's how you know what you can get away with. Come on, glittery bubbles. Okay?
It's like powered off.
Yeah. You still have that phone?
I do.
So don't delete anything just in case. Go over it.
Okay.
All the things we talked about. You know, when we want to ask you additional questions about it. Now, over the course of like the phone calls or texts, when he's offering these things, does it occur over several months, or what are we talking about here?
All the way up until I think you guys finally picked up charges on him.
Okay.
And then stopped reading out.
Then it stopped.
Okay.
And then you stopped having contact with Meg at some point, right?
So yeah, with Megan.
Mm-hmm.
And
cover everybody, but just I need you to leave me alone, and everybody gets upset.
Yes. She, and I have these text messages also. You know, she asked me, she says, Kelsey, do you want me to include my statement? Prior to that, she had told me don't.
So the whole time she's talking to Tory, and y'all want Meg to trust her? And this is what I knew from the beginning. The reason why Meg stopped fucking with her, based on the music, was because Kelsey was already in Tory's pocket to me. And it may not have even been on purpose, but just how she is as kind of being male identified, I can tell by listening to the way she's talking.
You know, she didn't want me in the media. And I said, Megan, like, I need you to protect me in this because they're saying that I probably shot you. They see a TMZ clip is circulating. People are threatening me. People are threatening my mom. People are threatening my family.
When was this, would you say?
This was once everything broke onto the internet.
Why was it saying that you shot her?
Because they seen that me and Tory had, I think the article came out that me and Tory were detained and Megan was in the hospital, so it just made it look like...
Oh, I see. The optics were...
So,
like
right. That. So then she had texted me, and she was like, hey, do you want me to include you in my statement?
This whole interview is not cap. This whole interview is not cap. If y'all think this whole interview is a lie, y'all have not been paying attention.
Yeah. And I said, please, you know, I would be thankful for that. And I said, I can also get me a statement typed up by my lawyer. At that time, I had got Dawn for my physical injury.
Who want to be a moderator in here? Give me some moderators, people, please.
So no sooner could I say that she had already made the post on Instagram, and when she made that post, there was no protection. She just pretty much said that she said that I have the screenshot. She pretty much disclosed events without really disclosing everything. But just as my best friend, she could have said something.
But that's the thing. There was no fight between Kelsey and Meg. That's what I'm saying. The witness saw what she explained, which is that he shot Meg. She goes to try to protect Meg. He comes to try to beat her up. And then the security guard comes to grab Kelsey while Tory is trying to fight her. Meanwhile, Meg is on the floor bleeding out. If a person is far away and they don't know exactly what they're looking at, they're going to just say everybody's fighting. And the girl on the ground, and all they see is everybody kicking and moving and all of that from afar. But everything she said about what happened, I feel like during that part when they jump out the car, he hit her, all of that sounds like actual factuals.
In the words of like, they were protecting me. She left me in the hot seat with them.
How was he awakened to women fighting? How? You were awakened to people screaming. You weren't awakened to women fighting. That and another thing, please stop trusting everything that Mr. Kelly said, because Mr. Kelly said a lot of things that do not match the evidence, including seeing the woman shoot the first shot. How did Mr. Kelly see one woman shoot the gun and then see the man, the little guy, shoot 4 or 5 shots when we heard, because I played it already, rewind it to the beginning. I've already played the audio from the gunshots that were picked up on the Ring camera, and you heard them 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Not enough time to pass off a gun to anybody. And honestly, hearing the gunshots lets me know he intentionally shot at her.
You just texted me and asked if I wanted to be included in the statement. You still put out a statement without me, you know?
What the statement said? What was the gist of that statement?
Hold up.
Did she say she was shot?
And what she said was,
Meg said Tory shot her. That's supposed to clear your name, Kelsey. That's it. The fuck are you talking about? She wasn't supposed to have to protect you, bitch. She's the one that got shot. Y'all are mad weird.
I have it, but and I want to verbatim. I want the statement, because then this is when everything, all the assumptions against me really began. She basically had said, I wanted to find the actual statement, sorry.
No, take your time.
Make sure y'all like the video.
You're listening to Street TV.
About to make some people some moderators. Hold up.
Let me pop out for 1 second. Keep going at me.
Okay. Let's see what y'all saying. Kelsey and Tory are not Meg friends. Kelsey and Tory made music about Meg. I would not trust them snakes neither.
Instagram post.
Okay.
Where is it? Oh no.
Hold up.
Maybe I just have to Google it.
I'm only modding people who I know.
It's probably something we can find. It's something that she posted. Allergies. That's allergies for my sneeze.
People I see all the time.
So the gist of it was that she. No, because the wording, the way that she worded it is very important.
Do you remember? It was an Instagram post.
It was an Instagram post.
Did she post it, right?
Statement Instagram.
She got on live and said Tory shot her.
Oh man,
I mean, I know that there was a longer statement that was posted on Instagram.
There's a
from
few.
Meg, yeah.
Yeah. I know I have it. Okay, right here. Okay. So,
we found the statement.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the full statement?
Sure. Well, if you want to talk about specifically what part of the statement.
So basically her statement, mind you again, this was immediately after she asked if I wanted to be included in her statement. And I said yes, because that would protect me, at least put me in a position where people know I didn't do nothing to her. She said the narrative that's being reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of the crime that was committed against me and done with intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery. But it was important for me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on my recovery so I could turn back to my life and back to making music. And her caption was, I was never arrested. This whole experience was an eye-opener and blessing in disguise. I hate that it took this experience for me to learn how to protect my energy. So when she did that, mind you, people had already knew me, we were together, people had seen us, celebrating my I had just came back and to LA, so she had made a post celebrating me. And so the public automatically realized she didn't include me in that statement, and they began to tag me, and like you shot Megan, and people kept.
Okay, so what I need for Kelsey to understand is not Meg's responsibility to protect you, and it's also not Meg's responsibility to counteract what social media is going to do, because social media was calling her a liar about getting shot from the very beginning. Kelsey, Kelsey was expecting way too much from somebody that just got shot. To me. And once she came out and said that Tory shot her, what else do you want? And you can also tell that whatever statement Meg came out with, Meg didn't write that statement. Meg's people probably, her lawyer, her publicist, probably wrote the statement. So no, they're not going to include your fake BFF who was there, because they don't know what the fuck is going to happen. They're going to include Meg, and that's it.
I hope you rock and gel and die. They were saying all kinds of crazy things. So I made it, I'm not an experienced, she had a team. I didn't really, so I made a little post, and I said I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I was not the one with the gun, and I would never do something like that. But I was present. I don't know if that was the best thing to say, but she was like, Kelsey, why would you say that? And I said, what do you mean? Like, you're not protecting me, like I have to say something. And she's like, that's not the way to say things. And I'm like, well, what's the way to say things? Because you tell me you don't want me to speak on it, and then now you're telling me this isn't the way. Like, what's the way?
Okay, so Kelsey, you should have stayed quiet, honey. That's what she was saying. The lawyers and everybody is saying to be quiet, but because they're not talking to you, you don't know that. Okay, but this is what to me it sounds like when Meg put out a statement from her people that was basically saying I was shot, because Tory was out there saying that she never got shot. Remember, I did a whole live pulling up Meg's feet on TMZ so that y'all could see the wounds in her feet. I did it several times. So I remember the issue was everybody saying that she was not shot. So it wasn't they were arguing who shot her. They were arguing if she was shot in the first fucking place, which is why Meg decided to put out a statement saying I was shot. But because we're investigating the matter, nobody should be saying anything about who did what. But as the victim, she can say, yes, I was shot, because y'all are saying that I wasn't shot. And in fact, I was. Kelsey then saying that I was there makes it honestly it casts more doubt on the situation. So if they're stacking shit up to bring a case against Tory, and you get your ass on social media because you just can't stay cool, and that's really what it feel like. It feel like you didn't know how to just sit there and eat your food until somebody called your name. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she really needed to do, but she didn't. She was reacting to the people on social media and to being cut off by Meg. But Meg didn't want to be bothered, and it's not her fault how everybody on social media is responding to this.
Like, let me know the way.
Girl, and that's another thing. Tory made this worse than it had to be when he got his ass online and talked about it before y'all did. Okay? So you want to be mad at somebody, still, you should have been mad at Tory, but Tory is manipulative. So when Meg is not talking to anybody for her own protection, to protect herself and her mental, she's probably staying away from everybody. Because being around you, Kelsey, will probably you trying to get answers and feel comfort from her when she doesn't have any comfort to give you because she's the one that got shot, Kelsey. You feel like somebody that would have taken more energy from her if she had answered the phone for real for you. That's what it feel like to me. You wanted more from her than she could give you. And so she told you to chill and wait, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. But guess what Tory was doing? At the same time, Tory is calling you. Oh, you know, we still cool. We still down. You ain't got to worry. You need a job. You need money. You need me to pay for your lawyers. Oh, I'm going to do that for you because he knows that Megan isn't talking to you. And he knows that you thirsty for somebody to pay attention to you and comfort you in this moment. And because Meg is not giving you the comfort that you want, here he come taking advantage of the situation, and you was already open to be manipulated by him based on the first fucking phone call before Meg even got out the hospital. You letting her fucking shooter know where she is. The fact that she even offered to pay for you to stay somewhere for a year after you told this nigga what hospital she was in? What? And I bet you any money high-priced lawyers was able to get, I bet you any money, as soon as that phone call was recorded, somebody got it to somebody that was able to get it to Meg, and Meg found out about the phone call. I bet you any money, because those phone calls are recorded, people nosy as fuck. Bondy, this was before Meg said Tory shot her. Meg posted on her story that she's not taking to anyone, she's not talking to anyone that was in the car that night. Yes, I remember. That doesn't mean she was saying that Kelsey shot her. It means I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not saying anything. So nobody else needs to say anything either. To me, that's what that meant.
Seems like there was a discord, you want to call it that, between you, Megan, about how the information was coming out. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair to say. That's very fair.
And again, I'll say, y'all, I don't know if Tory went to the hospital or sent somebody to the hospital. I don't know, but he asked at least 3 times what hospital Meg was at. And to me, if Meg is in a hospital bed and you are on the phone with the nigga who shot her telling him where she is, I can't trust you. And I don't want to talk to you either. I'm sorry, y'all, but this expectation that Meg was supposed to do more for Kelsey in this situation, y'all, is crazy. It's crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. Kelsey shouldn't have been picking up the phone and telling Tory she was going to help him and talking to his homeboy and all of this other shit that she was doing. Meg got shot, bitch. Give her 24 hours. But because you weren't as close to her as you were used to being, you decided that you was going to roll with him because he was giving you the attention and the comfort that you needed during this time where you were being completely confused and didn't know who to trust and all of this. Well, just imagine how the person who had holes in her fucking feet felt. Confused, don't know who to trust. But she got Rock Nation and T. Ferris and all of them telling her, hey, Meg, stay away from everybody until this shit is over. We don't, just to be safe, stay away from Kelsey, stay away from Tory, stay away from that security guard, stay away from everybody. Don't talk to Kylie Jenner. Everybody who was involved, stay away from them. That's probably the advice she got from people, which is why she said, I'm not talking to anybody that was in that car. And honestly, I think it was to make Tory and them think, hey, I haven't talked to Kelsey. I haven't told her to say anything. I haven't said anything. I haven't talked to anybody. No story has been corroborated. To me, Meg probably meant it that way. And because everybody was so, I feel, y'all, before Meg even said anything, people wanted to believe, oh, she, because we already were like, oh, he probably shot her. People were already saying Tory probably shot Meg once everything kind of, started to come out. So me personally, I feel like from the beginning, people didn't want to believe that Tory shot Meg. They didn't want to believe that Meg got shot. So I feel like the idea that Meg is responsible for the way, y'all reacted to Kelsey online? Like Meg didn't get dragged too. Meg was the victim and got dragged. Y'all didn't even want to believe that she got shot. Yet somehow she's supposed to also be thinking about fucking Kelsey? Come on. Y'all, that's so unrealistic.
You're listening to Street TV.
That's so unrealistic.
You know, like, I don't know anything but the truth, Megan. And she's like, you know, so I'm upset. I'm upset because she didn't clear my name. Like, that's my main reason for Megan. She never protected me, never defended me. She made this all about her, like, as if I didn't suffer with her. So it put me in the seat with the bad guy, you know?
Did it? Or did you put you in the seat with the bad guy?
My name. Mind you, she had no reason to be upset with me because at that time she did not know that I had met with Tory. She didn't know this. So she had no reason to treat me.
You think she didn't know that? But what if she knew about the phone call? What if she knew about the phone call? But y'all heard what she said. She was acting like it was all about her.
Anyway, or
one that meeting with Tory was innocent anyway, but it was to get your property back.
Right.
And
to get my property back. And exactly. There's no ill intent.
Right.
I could be very truthful. I have nothing to hide. All these things, like, it's gonna come out when it's supposed to.
Then why you needed to plead the fifth?
Tell every detail.
Yeah.
That's what she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So
she made it all about her.
A little bit of text messages. And
bitch, I'm the one that got shot. I don't know who to make. I don't know who to make it about.
I'm getting threats. So are
you getting threats?
Like I didn't suffer with her, bitch. Were your feet shot up too?
Approached in person. That's why, like, I've honestly been in isolation since this has happened. Events that I had to attend just because they were paid, and sometimes, like, it takes me out. Like, you can ask him. It takes me like an hour or more to get out of the car before I go into somewhere because I don't know what people think of me. People think I took hush money. People think because this is what she's put out there, and it's like, even though this guy is the bad guy, I guess she has done a lot of damage to me by what she does on the internet. Yeah. And so, anyways.
I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all want me to feel bad for Kelsey right now because what Meg has done online makes her look bad. Kelsey, baby, Tory threatened to shoot you and he beat you up after he shot your friend. But you're mad that Meg simply stopped talking to you? And because she didn't come out and say that you didn't shoot her specifically? Probably after she found out about that phone call. Y'all can't tell me she didn't know about that phone call. She knew about that phone call, bruh. I think Meg felt that you were moving funny as soon as y'all were at the hospital, bruh. And was probably giving Desiree and all of these other people at Rock Nation and T. Ferris, all of those people probably told her, stay away from everybody that was in that fucking car until this is over with.
It's not fair because I didn't betray her. So anyways, so she was like, she had demanded me to finally get on the internet. Kelsey, I need you to get on Instagram and say this. Say what happened to you and say what happened to me. By that time, I had got Don, my lawyer, and he told me, no, you're not playing social media games.
So when Meg asked you to speak up and say what it was because she probably couldn't say anything, that's what that tells me. Meg asked you to get up there and say what happened. And you said you talked to your lawyer and they told you not to do it. So can you explain to me how you don't understand how her people told her not to say anything either? Tory probably told Meg he talked to Kelsey. Oh, that's another thing because he called her too. We don't have that conversation. We haven't heard that one. But we do know he called Meg as well.
She's not pressing charges because, like I said,
this is before the case he'd been
right.
arrested for a filing the case. Yeah.
Right. Mind you, her manager had her disclosed to me that she was not going to press charges on him or anything. So I thought it was okay. Like, you know, like she's not mad at him, whatever. But it wasn't until
just because
she believes her Tory's team was putting out statements.
Just because she wasn't going to press charges does not mean she wasn't mad about getting shot, bitch. You are insane. You picking up that call and helping him get out and giving him the location to where she was, Kelsey, was what got you cut off. That's how I feel, boo. Okay? That's how I feel. Super chat from K Bragg. Thank you so much, love. Made it all about her is giving narcissism. Meg probably heard through the grapevine that she was still talking to Tory. And I think that would have been enough for somebody not to pick up your phone calls.
Through social media, making her seem like a drunk, making her seem all these things. That's what upset her. And that's what finally made her get on Instagram. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be here.
And put out the truth about what her getting shot. Okay.
Correct. So, So she demanded that I get on Instagram and do the same. And my lawyer said no. He said, no, you're not doing social media games. You're not pressing charges. So you don't have to be involved in that.
Yeah.
We're handling your situation now.
Yeah.
You let her handle hers the way she wants, and we're going to handle this how I advise you to. So I informed her of that. She said, Kelsey, that's bullshit. You got a lawyer now? Like, that's bullshit. She didn't believe me. Mm-hmm. And, at this point, I'll have to go back to the dates, but I had finally, told her, Megan, I need to tell you, I need to talk to you. And I disclosed to her that I spoke with Tory. And she was like, he's just trying to play with you. Like, he's just trying to play you. And so finally, after I told her I wasn't getting on the internet, she was like, well, how could you meet with somebody? And, and I said, Megan, like, I've tried to obtain, I have the messages.
So Meg said to her, how could you meet with him? So obviously that's what she was mad about.
I can, like I said, I can provide when I go back to my phone. So she thought I was lying. She said there was bullshit. Like, oh, now your lawyer's telling you don't do this. That's bullshit. So I'm like, you're reaching out to me. I'm realizing this is disingenuous. It's not genuine. Mm-hmm. We're pretty much going back and forth, and I'm telling her, like, I'm still speaking to her.
So did you tell Tory that he wasn't genuine when he called you?
She's like, how are you arguing with me in private? I said, this isn't an argument. This is a conversation. Yeah, we're having a conversation. I
don't believe Meg and Kelsey fought. I don't believe Meg and Kelsey fought. I'm gonna keep saying that. I don't think they fought. If they fought, why didn't Meg say that her and Kelsey were also fighting? Why didn't she have any like, visual when they said what happened to her? She didn't have no scratches. Her wig that was coming off at the pool is still on. If they were fighting, why wasn't there any evidence of them fighting? There's only evidence of her getting shot. They did not fight. They didn't fight.
You're listening to Street TV.
So finally, I believe we stopped communicating, and then she took it to Instagram Live, and she made a video, and this video just added more fuel to the fire. She's on there, and she's like, I wouldn't, for no amount of money, would I change on, she basically made it seem as if I had to touch
for the money.
Correct.
Okay.
So I sent her a text, and I said, I don't know why you're bashing me on the internet. I said, I'm not sure why you're bashing me on the internet. I know you're hurt, and I'm also hurt. I said, but my intentions are to never, like...
Thank you, Camille.
She didn't acknowledge it. She kept on with her internet, like, they were just trying to make me break on Instagram, on social media. Come out and finally just blast everything. It took a lot for me to not do it.
Okay. Thank you, the real Camille. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all so hung up on Meg sleeping with Tory. This lady was shot by a ninja that later made a video chopping off horse feet. If male identified was a group of people. Okay, thank you so much. And I forgot about that. Thank you for mentioning that.
They were saying things on the internet.
I see y'all. Thank y'all.
To touch money, that's how you got your chain. I had got a pendant that has my dad's death date on it. Mind you, this pendant had already been purchased way before. It just finally became ready around August of that year. This pendant was purchased like in July of 2020 or June.
The way Kelsey was moving after Meg got shot, and this is there's a video, y'all, and I'll see if I can find it. But the video of Kelsey after Meg got shot asking if Meg is okay. The energy towards Meg is she cares about what's going on. Meg, you okay? You all right, Meg? But that can also be coming from the place that my meal ticket almost got killed. Let's not forget that Meg is a meal ticket for Kelsey. So Kelsey could absolutely have cared about her in those moments, because this nigga almost killed my meal ticket. But she's okay. But I need for her to know that I care that she's okay, because I don't want her to kick me to the curb. I feel like Kelsey was moving out of desperation from the very beginning. It was feeling like she felt slightly guilty about something. And I think it's because I think she not real people. Like, I think she may have been somebody Not saying that they, I don't think that she's a cloud chaser, y'all. I know y'all was saying that. I don't think that's what that is, but I do think she was riding Meg's coattails. And I think on some level you have some, underlying envy in some areas when you are another beautiful girl who's just the assistant in the background to the, to the star and all of that. You may not want to be the star, but it doesn't mean you don't sometimes feel away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the deal was, but to me, I could tell that Kelsey cared about what was going on. So it didn't seem like she was angry with Megan when Megan got shot. It didn't seem like she was angry with her at all. It seemed like she was worried about her. To me, it felt like desperation to keep Megan close to her. And then all of these things happen, but you still talking to him. You still on the phone with him, being a pick-me, being male identified, forgetting about what he did to you, and making Megan, the person that didn't protect you. Girl, what?
2024 before that. So her friend, and we were all friends, so I know how Megan operates. This was basically something she approved for her to post.
Okay, I'm gonna need Cynthia G to come through, drill, and break down this psychology. I know I have not seen her in a minute.
Delusional, you stupid bitch. Yeah, you must have took that hush money. That's how you got your little chain. It was a lot of evil things in our message. And
so it sounds like your friendship completely.
Oh, it was over. So if you ever thought I was now gonna get on the internet and say anything to you, that's over.
Well, so this is a question that's gonna be asked when trial comes around, and it's a question we want to ask you just so we can clear the air on this.
Y'all heard she say that about her little chain. So that's probably when she started hanging with 1501. Meg is seeing all of this. So Meg is seeing you hanging around with Carl Crawford and them. She knows the connection. And so now she's looking at you like, bitch, you want me to write a diss track about you. What?
Are you telling us what happened in that night? As you said, you tell us now. Are you telling all of this to protect her or to get back in her good graces?
Oh, not at all. My purpose of me speaking my truth is just to, I know this is obviously it's like a never ending thing, but I just want to free myself from this. Yeah. I tried to free myself a long time ago, but every time you turn around, she's making a song about me, making a diss track about me, talking about me. And see, that's the other thing that people don't understand.
Every time you turn around, first of all, bitch, Meg is a rapper. Like, if you go through something in your life, you're going to rap about it. The first song on Glorilla's album is about saying bye to niggas and friends who you thought was your people, but they really wasn't. This is a common thing for people when they get in the industry, for the people they was close to beforehand to fall off for whatever reason. And I think that's what they were going through just at the time that Meg got shot.
They think that we fell out behind Tory. It's not true. This had nothing to do with that. I'm not mad at her. I mean, of course, now it's like, damn, like my best friend that...
Y'all hear her say this ain't got nothing to do with them sleeping with Tory, right? Everybody that keeps saying they was fighting over Tory? All right.
How could you do that to me?
This is all because of the aftermath of the shooting
exactly.
and how it was presented.
And that's why I'm so upset, because one, you didn't protect me.
Yeah.
Two, y'all were on the internet doing all this. Three, you called around Houston telling people that I took hush money and not to talk to me. Like, you're really trying to make people not like me. You know what I'm saying? For what? I was really a good friend to her.
No, you weren't.
So you think she was really upset that you wouldn't put out a statement to back her up on the internet, and then she felt that the only reason you would do that is because court paid you off. When in reality, your lawyer was advising you not to do it.
And she knows that because my lawyer also made contact with her lawyer at the time, Alex Sparrow.
Yeah. I've already said it wasn't just about that. It was also about the phone call.
For her to stop. And they said, well, why won't she make a statement, And he told her, well, your client's not pressing charges. My client doesn't want no involvement.
They definitely use Meg. Thank you for the super chat, Nikisha. They definitely use Meg, and I hope that's the catalyst for her discernment awakening. She's the only true victim in this. Thank you.
Right. I just didn't want to be involved. I didn't want to voluntarily put myself in a situation, and this girl's not backing me up at all. She's not here for me. She has made it real hard for me in real life. Why? You're not protecting me. You're not doing nothing for me. Like, let them find. Let y'all do what y'all have to do. I'm never running away from it or I'm ready for the facts to come out. And
that's the way they should be. Not on social media, not piecemeal.
Not on social media. She has done a lot. She had made a difference.
I'm sorry. Did y'all hear that though? She's not doing anything for me. She's not helping me. She's not protecting me at all. Meg's the victim, baby. She don't have it to give. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. That's crazy for y'all to expect Meg to be that for her at this moment when Meg is the one that got shot. Meg is the one that doesn't know who to trust. You're the one having conversations with Tory while she's in the hospital, bitch. You've been doing shit, like little funny shit this whole time that would make me not trust you at all. Let alone offer to pay for you to have a place to stay for a year.
I'm not a person that likes to do the social media back and forth, but this has made me do it, and I hate that because that's not my character.
Yeah.
Mind you, I run a business, so I can't just always do things like that. Like sometimes I don't even like to go around people because I don't know how they feel about me. Sometimes I don't even present myself as Kelsey because, oh, you're the girl that took touch me. Like I've had people come up to me, right? I don't go to grocery stores. I've been to a dollar store and got pinned in the corner. People come up to me, you took hush money. Like she has made it real difficult. Yeah.
She's made it real difficult. Not fucking Tory for putting y'all in this situation from the beginning. Not Tory. Meg. Meg's the one that didn't come out and protect you from this situation. Girl, y'all better get away from me.
And why?
Yeah.
I didn't betray you.
Yeah.
She's putting the word out that I betrayed her. That's not true. It was obviously the other way around.
I'm sorry to hear
this
about
trial
that.
will be an opportunity for everybody to speak their truth.
To finally speak the truth, and that's what I'm happy for. And that's the other thing, like, you know, now I'll be able to really open up and help the public because now they're involved. Understand why me and Megan are friends.
Yeah.
She wants to help the public understand why she and Megan aren't friends because Megan stopped talking to her after she was repeatedly having conversations with her shooter.
She doesn't hold herself accountable. She doesn't ever hold herself accountable to things.
And Tory needs to be held accountable.
And he needs to be held accountable too. Both of them.
Did you hear the man say that both of them, like the man had to remind her that both of them need to be held accountable. Girl.
Yeah.
She's putting the word out that I betrayed her. That's not true. It was obviously the other way around. But
this trial will be an opportunity for everybody to speak their truth.
To finally speak the truth, and that's what I'm happy for. And that's the other thing, like, you know, now I'll be able to really open up and help the public because now they're involved. Understand why me and Megan are friends. She's not going to hold herself accountable. She doesn't ever hold herself accountable to things.
What is she supposed to be accountable for in her shooting, Kelsey? Kelsey, what is she supposed to be accountable for you, baby? What you talking about? This whole situation is Meg got shot. You want Meg to be accountable for not protecting you from people on social media after the fact? Y'all get away from me with this.
And Tory needs to be held accountable.
And he needs to be held accountable too. Both of them.
Both of them.
And like I said,
because they wronged her. She's the victim.
We were on our way home, but she demanded the driver to take us back, and it wasn't because of the sandal. Tory was with Kylie still. That's the real reason. She had not forgot to even throw that part in.
She forgot to throw that in.
She tried to get me mad. She was like, Kelsey, he wants to stay with Kylie. I'm like, okay, let him stay with Kylie.
Now, at the beginning of this conversation, she said they were leaving and she didn't know what was going on. But she wants to make sure she throws this part in there about Meg being mad that Tory wanted to stay with Kylie.
That didn't bother you at all?
No, I was way past this person.
Yeah.
Megan had actually
You're listening to Street
asked
TV.
me, Kelsey, can you and Tory, like, you know, she wanted me on him, like, to talk to him. And then she was like, Kelsey, I want y'all to just keep it as friends because we might do business and I don't want that to interfere, you know, and I respected it.
Yeah.
So this was Meg telling her don't fuck with him. Okay, got it.
I'm not a person that's like, oh, no, I respected it.
Yeah.
And we just kept the friendship, you know, and that's it. Okay. But now.
Hold up. Street TV says you should be reviewing the content from the original source. I don't know what that means, Street TV. I don't know what you mean. This is where I could find the whole audio. So this is where I'm talking about it. But what do you mean, sweetheart? Because y'all are up here so we can see y'all. So what's up?
When I look back at everything, it was other reasons involved. So no, I wasn't just like me and Tory's involvement has nothing to do with that night. It came out because he obviously tried to throw her under the bus and turn me against her.
Right.
That was not the issue.
He was working the social media side as well.
I don't know how true. I mean, I don't know, but probably so. Yeah. They were putting out false narratives. Oh, Kelsey was bitter that night.
Oh, Street TV must have came in late. Street TV must have came in late and saw me playing it on Instagram before I pulled it up here on YouTube. Okay, got it.
The other thing is, I don't know, like, you know, my truth brings in Kylie Jenner, and I don't know if they disclose these things. I don't think they want to, because it's better to say Kelsey was the bitter best friend versus saying Megan was upset that Tory and Kylie, it's just more better, right? Okay, well, if I have to be the bitter best friend, fine, but there's still no right for all of this to be going on. Okay.
And so I feel like you can tell that Tory has been putting seeds in Kelsey's head. Oh, all right, it's fireworks, so I need to hurry up and get off here. But yes, it's obvious to me that Tory and Kelsey have been talking to each other because she's using his talking points. Like, what does Kylie have to do with this? Kylie has nothing to do with what happened when Meg got shot. Has nothing to do with it. But you're bringing that up.
Megan, it makes sense now because she told you guys that the argument started between me and him, if I'm not mistaken, and that's false. So that now I know that I was pushed out because she did not tell the truth initially. Put it on me. Which is fine, but I feel like that should have been.
She didn't put it on you. She didn't put it on you.
Mutual.
So I need to understand, how is it that you mad at Meg, but you're not mad at Tory, whose defense said that it was you that did it?
Mutual.
Make it make sense for me.
Kelsey, I need you to just say this instead of just blaming me. That's not right. So
I think there's a lot of things that not everyone is privy to. When the trial concludes and when everyone testifies, there's certainly a lot of things that have been kind of leaked piecemeal out there, and some things are absolutely not true. Some things that I think still doesn't give everyone the whole picture of everything. I would say, just like everyone else, you always want to reserve any conclusions you have about what other people are saying. Even Meg, I know it's hard, but wait till the end of the trial, and then you'll get a sense of where everyone's at, and then
This is the opportunity for everybody. They're going to take an oath to tell the truth, and they're going to give their full.
I don't even think they'll tell the truth under oath.
Well, as long as we just
she was already saying that they wasn't gonna tell the truth under oath, and I just need for Street TV made you have an audience and want people to watch it from their channel. What? I'm confused. Why would somebody watch? Like we're reviewing it. Like, oh, were we not supposed to play it? Like, let me know. Is that what we're doing now? Child, listen, I could just take this down and put it behind my paywall. It's not a problem. I'm confused. They can listen to the whole thing if they want to, but they here for my commentary, just so we're aware, like, why we're here. We're here for my commentary. They can literally go listen to this by themselves. But let me get that off. Girl, I don't know. People don't know me, huh? Like, girl, I'll take this whole video down and put it up on my paywall. We ain't gotta. No, Street TV want people to watch it. Okay, I don't know. I'm confused about what's going on. Let me see. We hear your tag, Street TV. Relax. We are bonbons. I'm so confused about what's going on because I have the whole thing up there so they can see where I'm getting it from. Okay, they can see where I'm getting it from, girl. Okay, and I didn't even play it. I didn't play the whole audio. Okay, we played most of it, but not all of it, love, because the blogs put it up first. This is about commentary, baby. I'm putting 2 and 2 together for everybody. Okay, because people can listen to this all day, and they still not gonna know what's going on. Okay, thank you, Bill Ye, for the super chat. Lemon character holding his hand in front of his mouth, grinning. Child. Okay. Let's see. So Megan had a certain sense of entitlement and wanted Kelsey to tell the world who really shot her after she abandoned her friend who had been there for her all those years. JL, if that's what you got from this, sweetheart, you are missing everything. That's not what happened. I love that you feel like Megan had a sense of entitlement. No, baby, Kelsey had a sense of entitlement because Kelsey thought somebody was supposed to save her when she wasn't the one that got shot. Meg offered to pay for her a place to live for a year and say, girl, just leave me alone. You talking to this nigga every other day on the phone. I feel away. Leave me alone. Okay? I had Neek up here first. And then, that's how I got. Yeah, I gave Street TV the credit at the beginning. I think they were at the beginning of my video. They striked you? Okay, I see that I got strikes. I see that. Okay. I see that. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna see, because I feel like, you know, this is a whole court document that y'all released on social media. Which y'all y'all thought we wasn't gonna do commentary on it. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. But I put them up there. So I don't know. Yeah, y'all hit a fireworks shot. That's how you know I'm about to get off here. But I appreciate everybody for coming through. Like the video. We'll see how long it stays up. If it goes away because, you know, Street TV mad because I did commentary while listening to it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's how these things go. But, you know, if it stays up, y'all share the video. You know what I'm saying? But if not, I'll just put it on my website and y'all can watch it on my website. Like, because, you know, I'm here for you, Bondi. Thank you, Queen RN44. Thank you, Dina Dean, for the super chat. I'm here for you, Street What Don't Care. Like, I don't know why y'all want to start with me. I gave, you know, I put it up there so everybody could see y'all YouTube if they want to watch the full thing, because I didn't even play the whole thing. I skipped through a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I just got a regular request, but they didn't copyright strike me yet. But if they do, you know, like I said, like, nigga, I go here. Like, I'm not new to this at all. It will just come down off of YouTube and be on my website, BondyBlueShow.com. Y'all see it down below in the corner? All right. Okay. I'm trying, you know, let people be, child. It's commentary, baby. This is me giving commentary. I'm listening and then we talking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, shout out to Neek at Night. I also gave her credit at the beginning of this video. We've been up here for 2 hours. I didn't even realize I was up here that long. We've been going through, you know, a lot of what's been on social media. So let me go back to Instagram then. look, let me go back to Instagram then. Like, child, y'all be out here. Y'all be out here doing the most. Like, you should still get your views, honey. But here we go. Okay, I want to see if I can blow this up for y'all. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to see. No, it's not gonna do it right. I was trying to see if I could blow this up big enough so y'all could see, but child, I'm just gonna read it. This, hey baby, this is Jay Lily. This is supposed to be Meg's friend. Hey love. Child, they released all of the evidence from the Tory Lanez trial, so I've just been.
I saw Meg
in the ambulance. Yeah, I played that one.
I heard the video or whatever. I mean, you know,
the phone call in jail.
Like, you do know you're being recorded, right?
They say it the whole time he's on the phone. You're being recorded. Like they tell you. He wasn't listening. He thought he was being aloof. Thank you for the super chat. But you know, yeah, and I'll be done soon.
Okay.
No, I mean yeah with the yeah. Yeah.
What yeah you talking?
Shut up. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I speak for myself and say that I'm deaf here for the commentary. Thank you, HFG. Child, you know my mouth be after I've been on here for a minute. Like, this is not about listening to the audio. It's really about, it is, but it's about my commentary on said audio, sweetheart. Thank y'all so much for showing love with the super chats, because I might not make money off this video since people acting crazy. Just showing love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dina Dean. Okay, thank you everybody for the super chats. Let me just make sure I got all of them before I continue on. Thank you, I am Diva Nicole. He going to be coming after a lot of people then, because Paris Milan had it in her live last night. Okay, listen, but you know what? I was watching her live and then the shit went away and I was wondering what happened. Is it still up? Thank you, PM, for the super chat. I hate that I'm late, but I'm here. I'm here for your commentary. Listen, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to take it down and put it on my website. So it'll still be available if you go to my website. They say, hey, Lyric, Megan didn't have anybody to call. I know I said that. So this is what the friend, everybody was saying. This is from 117 weeks ago, child. Like, how the fuck you so silent, you goofy long face bitch? How can you come in my room that day at the LA house and say verbatim, Tory shot Megan? You forgot you came back around 4 p.m. after you got dropped off, telling me the details about how he fucking pulled out a gun during a petty argument, he got mad and shot her. How the fuck you let that midget bitch shoot my friend, ho? But now you being quiet. You coward ass mouse bitch. Really lied to me of all people about being injured because Tory was beating your ass. What happened to that? Why you ain't say shit? But Meg's supposed to be your best friend? That's not how best friends work. And you know you wrong. God gonna handle you accordingly. Okay, I also remember, hold up, y'all. I need to blow this up a little bit more because I need to be able to see, girl. And y'all know a bitch is blind. Okay, it's a motherfucking fact. Okay, where was I? Okay. I also remember you mentioning that they gonna have to pay you or something, or you forgot. That must be where that little necklace came from. I wondered why you only posted it on Facebook with that weak ass freestyle. Remember how Tory called you and I told you to decline it, and we both listened to a voicemail of his ass crying, saying how sorry he was for shooting her and how he was too drunk? That amnesia a fool, huh? Y'all keep asking why Kelsey silent. Well, talk now, bitch. Okay, this is from 117 weeks ago. This was put out there a while back, and to me, this sounds like exactly what probably took place. You was moving funny style from jump, and you thought that wasn't nobody, they gonna have to pay you or something. Homegirl must have been like, man, you can't trust her neither. I'm telling you, you was moving funny, and somebody got it back to Meg like, Meg, you can't trust her. You can't trust her. You know what I'm saying? Like, not, oh, wow. Listen. Everybody stream Traumazine. Okay? Listen. What, hold up. I'm about to pull it up. Because that's my song right there. I'm about to pull it up because we about to pull up the lyrics. What was the song, y'all? Because I feel like there was a song where Meg talked about it. Was it the NDA? Child, listen. Hold up. Child, not NDA by Billie Eilish. I can't stand y'all. Okay, hold up. It say I ain't perfect, but anything I did to any of y'all niggas, you deserved it. You see me in that mode, don't disturb me when I'm working. Little bitch, you better back up. Don't know what be in these purses. And I ain't say excuse me because I did that shit on purpose. Hey, you see a star up in this bitch. Hold up. All right, hold up. Let me see. Okay. I'm trying because I remember it was one of these. It was one of these that she actually talked about it. Shots fired. Thank you. But y'all know I had to pull that one out because that's my favorite one. Okay, shots fired. Imagine niggas lying about shooting a real bitch. Okay, hold up. I need to zoom in, girl, because I'm blind and they be trying to play me on some shit. Okay, here we go, because I'm blind. All right. Imagine niggas lying about shooting a real bitch just to save face for rapper niggas you chill with. Imagine me giving a fuck if it was your fucking birthday. You and your feelings. I just thought it was another Thursday. I remember that. Now imagine me cock blocking niggas on some dry shit. I don't want you on the bench. I believe you wouldn't. Hold up. I don't want you on the bench. Believe you wouldn't have been invited. You wouldn't have been invited. And if it weren't for me, same week, you would have been indicted. Should have let them lock your ass up. You offered M's not to talk. I guess that made my friend excited. Now y'all in cahoots. Okay. Y'all puss in boots. You shot a 5'10" bitch with a 22, which is why the bullets in the foot were little. Okay. But still put a hole in her feet. Talking about bone and tendons like them bullets wasn't pellets. Okay. I said that shit. A pussy nigga with a pussy gun in his feelings. Okay, he in the back seat and he keep calling me a bitch. He a bitch. We all know the shit I could have came back with. Lil ass nigga. He talking about his followers, dollars, and goofy shit. I told him you not popping, you just on the remix. This is all what she said happened. Now here we are, 2020, 8 months later, and we still ain't got no fucking justice for Breonna Taylor. Any nigga on that nigga's side is a clout chaser, a bitch who he fucking, or a hoe that he paying. So Kelsey, which one are you? A bitch he fucking, a hoe he paying, or a clout chaser? Maybe all three. Maybe all three, bitch. Okay? She said, who you taking shots at, goofy ass nigga? Keep your broke ass out of a rich bitch business. And that go for you bitches too that's trying to get picked, talking shit. I'll slide on you thinking that you slick. Oh shit, it's a lot of weak niggas in this bitch. They confused. They hate on me, but watch my videos beating they dick. They hate me. I'm sorry, that's too funny. Who a snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bitch that got her chain snatched caught the laws had something to say. I be speaking facts. They can't handle that. They want me to be the bad guy. Let me put my mask on. I was chose. I ain't asked to be this motherfucking cold. Still the brightest star and not just the ones that's up in this roles. Keeping it pimping always. Actions do the talking. I know you want the clout, so I ain't saying your name. Oh, you out here balling, huh? Who you get that money from? That's absolutely a Kelsey. That's a Kelsey line. 10 toes down for whoever get the protect, huh? I be so content because I know I'm a real bitch. And anything I say, I'm never scared to repeat it. You think I was a killer, how these niggas scared as shit. I pull up one deep, but niggas bring their whole clique. Who you taking shots at, goofy ass bitch? Watching me succeed from your knees sucking dick? I know you want attention from the niggas that I get. I'm a steak, you a side plate. Shrimp, stay in your place. Real bitch. Yeah, I ain't selling fairy tales. FaceTime my nigga while my other nigga laying there. Bitch think she sabotaging something, trying to run and tell. Bitch, I got a bond with my niggas and they all aware. Okay? So I'm just saying, do we remember Kelsey being on the phone with her real old man while all of this shit was going on? Kick me while I'm down. Kick me while I'm down bad. I remember all of that. Next nigga send a shot, I'm sending it right back. Listen, Meg said everything in the songs. Okay, hold up. Gift and a curse. Gift and a curse. I think that was another one. Let me see. At some point, I think there was a line in here somewhere. Or is it grateful? No, it was grateful. It was grateful. I'm sorry, y'all. Ungrateful. There was a song, Ungrateful. That's another one. Okay? That's another one where she was talking about what was going on in the lyrics to her music. And it's very much in line with everything we've heard. As far as testimony is concerned about the actual shooting and what Meg thought was going on, which is that Kelsey was easily being swayed by niggas, okay? Whole lot of fake ass, snake ass, backstabbing, hating ass, no money getting ass bitches. Y'all acting really ungrateful. I'm sparing you hoes. I been coulda fucked y'all niggas. Okay, I love that one. Okay, listen, I'm sorry. That was one of my favorite ones. Okay, what she said? Whichever bitch wanna come get it, I got it. I'm giving out work, come apply. These bitches talking that shit and they saying my name and I can't keep just letting it fly. They got a sub, they got a tweet. They gotta go get their hunger for me. If I was still doing broke shit with your broke ass, then your broke ass wouldn't want beef. Hey, when I started getting money, I'ma tell you the truth. All the hoes that was hating got their ass cut loose. Bitch knew a little business, wanna put it in the news. They'll take it to the net, but I'ma take it to the booth. This is all the truth. Give a bitch an inch, she'll take it to the moon. Hoes love to stir the pot, and I'ma get a bitch a spoon. Bitch, I'm the one, you ain't even the two. You would never be you if I wasn't your muse. Ooh. Okay, listen, she talked about it. Ain't your boyfriend. You can stop all the acting. If you coming for me, then you need to come hard. If a bitch ain't shaking, I ain't doing my job. I'm just reading through some of this right quick to see if there's anything else that I want to point out. Okay, because she was throwing them out there. Okay, she was throwing them out there. Her pen is quick. She's amazing. I can't wait for the album she's going to write. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what she's going to say on this album. After all of this is over. But yeah, girl, I'm done. I don't have anything else to add to this. I think, let me see. I know y'all were talking about Claudia when we first got on here. Everybody was talking about Claudia Jordan. So before I go, let me get that right quick for y'all. Can somebody let me know where is the Claudia Jordan situation? Foxhole. Who has it? Neighborhood Talk? Let me find it first. Bitch ain't hating, I ain't doing my job. Okay, hold up. I don't see the Claudia Jordan parts on Neighborhood Talk just yet. I see a lot of people was looking, you know, listening to the commentary. But I don't see. Y'all saw Corinne Stephens having a baby? Shout out to my girl. Y'all know I love her. So what happened with Claudia Jordan? Apparently, that's what I'm trying to find. Claudia Jordan said some shit that y'all didn't like. Let's see. Hold up. Claudia said Tory should get 3 years. Okay. It's from Traumazine. Yeah, those 2 songs were from Traumazine. The first one was from that mixtape. Let's see. It don't work like that. We all interpret things differently. What you may do in one situation doesn't mean that she would do the same in the same situation. Child, obviously we wouldn't move the same. She already got 3 Grammys. Only what? 3 years, 4 years in the business. The Ungrateful video was telling a great story too. It was. Fake ass, no bitches. You really get grateful, man, you hoes. That's my shit. Anyway, let's see. JL, are you here to campaign for Tory or Kelsey? Child, they got somebody in here caping for them people. I don't know why you're here, honey. That's not what we do over here. We deal in the real. We don't deal in the pretend. We don't deal in the play. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if Claudia Jordan said it on social media, but they said it on TGIF. Okay. So they said it on TGIF. Got it. I'm not about to go through all of that to pull it up if they haven't put it on social media already, because I don't care that much. But I'm going to say, if everybody is correct and Claudia said that he should only get 3 years for this, I think that she should leave it to the people who are in the courts who are going to dictate how much time he gets, because I really would like for him to get deported, but I don't think that 3 years is enough. I think that Tory has shown himself to be someone that is violent, that cannot control himself. He has shown himself to be someone that will repeatedly assault other people. So I don't understand why anybody thinks that 3 years is enough. I'm not one of these people who don't believe in jail, in prison and all of that. I think it should be harder for you to go to jail. I do. I think you should absolutely have to have done something like physically harmful in order to really be thrown behind somebody's jail, be in somebody's prison. I do. And I believe that shooting somebody is one of those things. I believe that pulling your gun out and shooting somebody over a verbal argument because you are drunk, high, both, or whatever tells me that you should be in jail for however many years they decide to give you. And I don't think 3 is enough. And I think the fact that everybody wants to save Tory Lanez from actually having to be held accountable to the fullest extent for his actions is the reason why he will continue to hurt other people. And it is the reason why a lot of these niggas will get away and will continue to feel like they can just harm women as they see fit, because there is always a whole bunch of women out there and a whole bunch of men out there that want to scream to free them even though they're guilty, that don't want them to actually serve time and actually have to deal with their issues. I had to unfollow a lot of people because I feel like the first thing y'all did when the verdict came out was tell Tory Lanez to stay up. You know, make sure your music still stay out there. Why? This man is violent and likes to harm people for no other reason than his ego is bruised. And you feel like he should still be able to just be moving around in society, performing and shit, being heard on the radio? Like, I'm not saying take his music down, but I'm also saying why is it that you care about how he's supposed to retain his fame and money when he's the one that shot her? Why isn't it about who's gonna help Meg? Why isn't it Meg? You know, y'all, everybody need to go and hit up Meg and tell her that y'all support her. And if y'all said something, you know, that she was a liar, y'all need to apologize because that girl told the truth. Like, why I don't hear y'all saying that? Why aren't y'all giving all of this positive feedback on how to handle this fucked up situation to the victim, who y'all ran through the mud and slut shamed like this was a sexual assault case? Like, I'm not saying that Claudia wasn't, you know, because I heard Claudia and them talking about Tory Lanez. They all felt he was guilty, but people also want to, you know, give you a pat on the wrist for something that deserves you being put behind somebody's jail cell for more than 5 years. Like, you know, this isn't the first time. Let's see. I'm a prison abolitionist, and I think until there's an alternative to prison as it stands now, but that Hobbit under the jail, put that Hobbit under the jail for 22 years. Listen, I feel like there definitely needs to be, we don't need to put people in jail for petty charges. You don't need to put people in like jail with murderers who stole money. I don't think you need to put people in jails with, people who, assault, sexually assault people. They don't need to go to the same jail with somebody that, went to jail for tax evasion or, robbery without a weapon or whatever. Like, there should be obviously differentiations between people doing things that are just public nuisance, people that are doing things that are wrong, but it doesn't necessarily mean you should be in solitary confinement. Like, there needs to be separation for what is being done. Okay? Like, but at the end of the day, Tory Lanez deserves to go to jail because he is somebody that cannot control himself and that likes to harm people when he's out of control. Okay, somebody said that's not what Claudia said. Like I said, y'all, I said if she said that. Either way, I know that she was not saying that Tory shouldn't go to jail. That's not the content. She said it. I heard the whole story. She said she would not get 20 years, maybe 3 years. Not he should get 3 years. Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking he'll probably get about 5. At least. That's what I would like. At least I would like for him to get 5. But who knows? But I do feel like there are a lot of people out there that even though they believe he is guilty, they still think he should be getting some type of slap on the wrist. Drunk, high, and short. Don't forget that part. Those little tiny terrors are violent. Thank you, Dina Dean, for the super chat. And you are absolutely right. Yeah, where my moderators at? Block some of these people because I don't care. Right. And I talked about that at the beginning of this video. So y'all make sure y'all catch the playback because I already talked about how his defense really fucked up because they handled this case like it was a sexual assault case instead of handling it like it was a criminal assault case. Like you know what I'm saying? Not criminal, but an actual gun assault case. You shot somebody. You didn't sexually assault them. Whenever somebody sexually assaults a woman, that woman is put on trial, right? And we have to argue her sex life and why she isn't just some whore that was welcoming this abuse, right? We have to argue that when those are the type of cases. And that is the approach that they took because that's what social media wanted to do. Social media wanted to make this about who's fucking who, when at the end of the day, it's of no consequence unless they were fucking in the car before she got shot. It doesn't even matter. But they handled it the same way because they thought if they could make Meg out to be the bad guy in a court of public opinion, that it would in some way work for the jurors. But this is not a sexual assault case, honey. Nice try. It's not a sexual assault case. He shot somebody. There's evidence. There are gun casings. The holes in her feet. All of that makes this a case that her sex life has nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. This is not a sexual assault case. And that is the way they handled it. And that is why he lost. On top of the fact that his stupid ass went around apologizing on recorded phone calls to everybody. Texting them and shit. Thank you, John Fredericks. These knuckleheads think the world works like Zeus Network and VH1. Exactly. And it does not. It does not. Y'all need to watch some of that Law and Crime on YouTube and start to understand this legal system. You know what's crazy to me? And I had a conversation. Shout out to my tattoo artist, right? Okay, it's healing very nicely. It's peeling, but it's healing very nicely. Okay, shout out to my tattoo artist. We were having a conversation about this, and he knows a lot of street dudes. And he said, I've actually had conversations with street dudes where they think that if they went to find out the legal ramifications of the illegal shit that they get into, that they're gonna get caught just for going to look into how much time they would get for a crime. Because he was like, if I'm trying to get away with something and I want to do something, I'm gonna go look and see what the jail time is, I'm gonna play chess about it. Like, I'm gonna really look at the situation. Is this worth it? Before I just go and do something. These niggas don't even go and find out how much time they can get for something. They think, oh, I'm gonna go rob a bank. I'm only gonna go to jail for robbing a bank. Instead of the gun charge, the assault with a deadly weapon, possibly having a gun if you weren't supposed to, the gun not being registered. So now we're adding time on top of time. And them niggas is not gonna take that time, which is why they take these plea deals. Unless they have an inflated sense of self like Tory Lanez and thinks they're gonna get away with it because their fat friend DJ Academics is telling them that everybody believes him on social media. Social media is not the jury. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you for the super chatter, boo. Sadly, black men haven't learned that if you don't want to go to jail, don't do illegal mess. He nearly killed a woman and he left her permanently injured for life. Actions have consequences in life. They'll learn eventually. And a lot of them will learn too late. Okay? Yes, we have unintentionally made black men the ultimate victims of society. Now people can't process him being guilty. It's the craziest thing. How you can't process a motherfucker being guilty as if you don't know a whole bunch of men, black men specifically, that you know personally, that you know you can't just be going to sleep around. Okay? Funky asked her realistically how much time should he get. Claudia said 3 years. Oh, okay, so she did say it. Okay, somebody give me a time code. I'll pull it up. Child. Y'all gonna make me care about shit I don't care about, because it's 1.4 y'all in here. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like this video. Okay, hold up. Fox and Friends, Fox Soul T, what's going on? Child, I heard Funky Dineva down there spreading all his business down to the Fox Soul. Ooh. All right, hold up. Let's see. When was it, y'all? Was it from 6 days ago? Is that what y'all talking about? Give me a time code, boo. Somebody got a time code for me? For when Claudia said that? Cause I'm scrubbing. But they ain't got no chapters in here. Okay. Let me see. Black men and black women often come from the same struggles in the neighborhood. 430. Okay.
It's a couple's trip. But okay. Hey, I was on shit, you do? And I was like, that's why I had to explain myself, right? So then he's like, uptown. His name is Lester. Oh yeah, you'll see.
Okay, I may have the wrong one.
Get into the show because we got a lot. Okay, all right, 22 years.
Oh, here we go.
Are you surprised or did you? I was surprised.
You know what? I'm really surprised, especially when they said that they had the eyewitness testimony that he saw a female shoot. I thought that was going to confuse and hang the jurors. Still find a way to implement their cognitive dissonance and find some way to still find her wrong, even though the courts have spoken.
Oh, I definitely think she's going to be vilified. It's like it's her fault. And once again, it wasn't her bringing charges. It was the state that brought charges. I will say this. There's already people coming up with conspiracy theories and blaming Rock Nation. And the dad was outside the courtroom yelling and saying all kinds of stuff. And, you know, I get that he's upset. I really think that, I guess I see in some cases why people don't take the stand on trial. But I feel like if I was fighting for my life, I'd probably want the people to hear from me.
Yeah. But that's if you didn't do it. That's if you didn't do it.
Are like
10:30. Thank you.
Definitely affected for the rest of their lives.
Let me ask you this before we move on.
Here we go.
In fairness, how much time do you think he should get? I think 20. I don't think he's going to get 20 years, 22 years, and I think that's a lot of time. But reasonably, as a woman, how much time do you feel he should get?
Somewhere around the 3 to 5, maybe. I don't think it's a 10-year thing. I think murderers get off less than that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And rapists. So I don't think it's a long 22 years. I think that's excessive. It doesn't help him that he has 3 different charges, though. You know, he was on probation, right? So I don't think this should definitely not be in the double digits, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Okay. So she's basically saying they don't believe he should get 10 years plus for this shooting. And to me, I'm just going to say, Because I'm not looking at Tory as, oh, you just shot somebody accidentally and now you shouldn't go to jail for 20 years. No, I'm looking at somebody that is violent and angry and doesn't know how to control themselves and has harmed several people before, during, after. Like, you've hurt people throughout the whole process. August Alsina, you know what I'm saying? Prince, you know, amongst other people that we don't even know. There's a long history. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said that he beat up a teacher at one point and got kicked out of school. Like, there's a whole bunch there. So I personally feel like I don't think 3 years is enough. I would say between 5 and 9 would make me feel a little bit better. Because I feel like he tried to kill her. Like, y'all, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to play it one more time before we go. I'm going to play the gunshots once again before I get out of here, because I need people to hear. This is how he shot at her. He shot at her in this, like, he was literally shooting at this girl. And to me, when you hear the gunshots, I need to understand how any amount of time is excessive for somebody that basically tried to kill someone.
Was a gun expert, and he basically testified that it's impossible for the gun to go off in a struggle. This was a special gun.
I said that. Didn't I tell y'all on the Ooh Ladies First panel? I told y'all, I said there's no way that they split that. Nobody's fighting over a gun for 5 shots. That's literally what I said. That's literally what I said.
He needed 8.5 pounds of pressure to shoot it. Now, in the audio, you will see how, you know, back to back the shots were, which eliminates the idea of this struggle for the gun and, you know, this idea that was pushed out. Now, this is exclusive from us. A lot of people was wondering, like, you know,
yeah, shout out to Nick at Night.
Why didn't I hear Kelsey and Megan and them like arguing? It's because the audio was taken from somebody's ring inside their home. So
this is from Nick at Night, y'all.
Pull it up on the screen.
These are the shots. It doesn't sound like an accident either. It doesn't sound like an accident. It sounds like you let off 5 shots at that girl. Like, and then to pause in between and then shoot 2 more times after that. Even in Harlem Nights, the gun was shot 1 time directly at the pinky toe. This nigga shot at her 5 times from over that car. He wasn't shooting directly. He was just shooting in her direction. And y'all think he should get 3 to 5 for openly shooting at this girl in a white Calabasas neighborhood? This nigga's insane. Which tells me that he can harm somebody else again. So, you know, I'm not rushing to give him the, oh, I don't think he should get anywhere near, double digit. I think that's excessive. Motherfucker tried to kill that girl. Shot that shit. Y'all heard that shit. I mean, to me, the space in between the gunshots, that's enough time to think, what am I doing? It's bullshit. He intended to harm her. It's bullshit. And to me, that intent makes me feel like I don't want to hear anything about the time he doesn't deserve. Like, I don't want to hear anything about that. Because, nigga, you almost killed my favorite bitch. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. You almost killed my favorite bitch. I'm upset because I almost didn't get no more Meg Thee Stallion music because of you. And the only reason I know about you is because you sampled Brownstone and made me want to go listen to them. Me and my husband be in the car, the Tory Lanez song come on. I said, turn it off, put on Brownstone. I need to hear the whole song. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, Bonnie, I love how you are reciting these lyrics. You have really broken down this case. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all are enjoying my commentary and my breakdown on it. Thank you. Because I really didn't want to come to work today. So thank y'all. Thank you, Lady B, for the super chat. He is dangerous. Exactly. In the state of California, it's illegal to shoot in the air or ground due to people actually being injured from this. His intent has nothing to do with anything. He getting more than 3 years. He should. And he should. You think it was a hit? I don't know if it was a hit on her. I don't think like that. I really do think this was an in the moment thing. But yes, the gunshot sounds so intentional. And that pause between the third and fourth shot, y'all. He almost killed my favorite bitch. And that's really like that's blowing me right now. Okay? Y'all have no idea what that girl music like did for me during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was starting my workout journey and Meg was putting out hit after hit. You know what I'm saying? I would have been so upset if something would have happened to her, bro. I'm just telling you. I don't even know that girl. But if something would have happened to her, I would have been so... And I mean like, you know, no more music from Meg. I would have been extremely distraught. And to see all of this that has happened to her... And y'all still online trying to make her out to be some villain. I'll play it again. I'll play the gunshots for y'all again, and then I'm going to get off here.
Well, there was an expert who was a gun expert, and he basically testified that it's impossible for the gun to go off in a struggle. This was a special gun that you needed 8.5 pounds of pressure to shoot.
That's why the last video was what I told y'all. I'm not one of them people, bitch. What I told you.
Which eliminates the idea of this struggle for the gun and, you know, this idea that was pushed out. Now, this is exclusive from us. A lot of people was wondering, like, you know, in the gunshot audio, why didn't I hear Kelsey and Megan and them, like, arguing?
We about to play this gunshot again.
The audio was taken from somebody's ring inside their home. So... let me pull it up on the screen.
Tory Lanez did it. I told y'all. Kelsey is a male identified pick-me that was mad that she got pushed to the side after she acted funny and did weird shit, like telling Tory the hospital that Meg was in when Meg was still in the hospital. No, bitch, you can't be close to me no more when you get on the phone with the dude that shot me right after he shot me and talk about how you're going to help him get out of this situation. No, I can't trust you after that. I asked you to come out and say that he shot me. And you tell me now you got a lawyer and you can't say anything. And you mad at me because I didn't say Kelsey didn't shoot me. All I said was Tory shot me. That should have been enough. Nobody ever really suspected Kelsey. People online were saying all kind of dumb shit. But nobody really suspected Kelsey until Kelsey started going at Meg online. As far as I was concerned. People that are stupid can say anything. But the idea that Meg is so fucked up because she didn't protect Kelsey when she's healing from being shot, I don't have it for y'all. I don't have it for y'all at all, bruh. Because at the end of the day, I listened to Kelsey in that interview talk about how angry she was with Meg, but she's not angry with him. And he beat her up, threatened to shoot her, shot her friend. And she's more mad at Meg because Meg doesn't want to be around her anymore. Even though Meg offered to, she said, Kelsey, find a place to live. I'll pay for it for the whole year. But I just can't fool with you no more. I'm sorry. I can't fool with you no more. But I'm going to pay for you to live somewhere until you can get on your feet. So you ain't got to worry about where you going to live. That's what Kelsey said. Kelsey said Meg offered to pay for me to get a place for a year. But she didn't want to work with her anymore because she wasn't even fresh out the hospital before you were on the phone with Tory trying to figure out how y'all was going to fix this for him. Meg had every right to only think of herself in this moment. And that's what's wrong with a lot of y'all. Y'all think something is wrong whenever somebody decides they're going to stop protecting everybody else and just protect themselves. And she was still protecting everybody because she didn't say anything. She just wanted y'all to leave her alone. She just wanted y'all to leave her the fuck alone. I think he did too. I think he did too, Queen Dara, because I heard during her testimony, and I see I'm moving slow, so I'm about to get off here soon. But I saw in her testimony that Kelsey said when the security guard came to get her off, came to get her and pull her out of the situation, he said they do this all the time, which made me feel like Tory had probably been violent towards Meg and they had fought like that before. Got into verbal arguments, curse each other out, and all of that type of shit. That's what I think. She 38 hot at Meg, and this fool beat her up and not mad with him. Get from around. She dangerous. Period. Bondy, you one of the only ones that stayed true. I'll never forget. Listen, don't. Because I felt away. I felt away this whole time. I was just looking around at everybody like, all right, I'll be out here by myself then. But I see this shit and I ain't about to pull up off it because everybody want to, get confused and all of that. Nah, nigga, I see exactly what was going on the whole time. And I just feel like I was vindicated. Thank you so much. Everybody make sure y'all like the video. Follow my website, BondyBlueShow.com, in case this disappears. Okay? I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye. Happy New Year.